Good morning, everybody. What's going on? My name is Sir Medieval, and welcome back to some Kingdom Under Fire 2. Today we're going to be doing some dailies and just waiting on them to get an update out. We haven't really been getting that much information about what they're doing. Hopefully they're hard at work on the game itself, because it definitely needs some updates for sure. But right now we're just doing what we can. Let's go ahead and get to it. Hey, what's up, Dragon? What's up, Charlie? How you doing today? I'm starting it off with the old Citadel watchtower. I've been trying to get these storm riders since this game came out, actually. Let me see. Not the first day, though. Let me see what I'm going to bring here. I don't ever bring a scorpion in here. I probably should. I think it's time to change it up. Let's bring a scorp. This is basically just a battle where you're able to just control your units and that's it. You're not able to actually control your character. So it's kind of interesting, but that's such a low drop rate. It's ridiculous. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, let me switch the lighting. There we go. Make it a little bit easier. That way it's not completely making my shirt transparent. Got to do that earlier. All right, so let me get everybody in position here. So I don't usually bring a scorpion here, but I guess first time for everything. I did just recently get these serial arsonists, though. These are pretty cool. Scorp really does make everything easier, though. All right, let's see. Use this ability right here. Take out, like, pretty much half of them. And then the Scorp can pretty much handle a whole thing by himself. Oh, that's a... hold on. Nice! The Scorp can block that! Oh, hell yeah! Block it, block it, block it! Oh, no, 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 you don't. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it right now. Oh, my God. No! Deal with it, deal with it, deal with it, deal with it. That's a treasure goblin right there. I need to kill it. Of course, it's nothing I need. Of course. That's supposedly where you're supposed to get the actual troops themselves, but that crap never drops. Ever. I think they might still be working on those units or something like that. It just doesn't make sense that the drop rate's this low for these. I'm gonna jump into some PvP after, farm up some dailies. I'm trying to get these, the only way to get these vision stones for the serial arsonist is through PvP. You have to do it. Even though I hated doing it to begin with to get all these, it took so long, and it was a very interesting session of PvP is all I gotta say. Very interesting. I learned a lot about fighting though in the game. That was good. Oh, hold on. Probably got nothing from that one. Nothing good, at least. We'll see, though. We'll see. What did I get? Come on, let's take a look. Is it really grindy? Right now, yeah. We've reached the point where we've pretty much done everything, but I mean, we do also have like max level gear score at the moment, so that part wasn't the grindy part. It was the troops itself. Like trying to get the troops is so hard right now. It's kind of how they're gating out the progression, basically. So that's the only thing that everybody's having a tough time with. The drop rates are so low. It's a little nuts. It's Moth. I don't know if I'll find a match at this time in the morning. Maybe not. Let me go run another subjugation really quick. Probably nobody's queuing right now. I wish we could queue for 3v3s. It would make things a lot easier. You have to play on hardest to get them. Sometimes higher difficulty increases loot tables, but that dilutes your chances of getting specific items. For the subjugation, there's no real like hardest difficulty. It's basically you have different levels of it, but different levels have a chance of dropping different troops. So for the troop that we're trying to get, the majority of us from that specific subjugation, there's only one level of it and only one difficulty. So it's just basically like a one normal mode, and it's incredibly hard to get it. Despite the troop itself that we're trying to get is a blue grade, and the purple grade ones are the higher ones, and we have an easier time getting the purple grade ones than we do the blue ones. The blue ones dropping from subjugation, hardly anybody has them. You probably find like one or two people in the community that'll say they have them, or maybe a handful here and there. But the majority of people have never seen one in there drop. And it doesn't matter, like, no matter what difficulty you do, or like level you do, stage of it, none of them seem to drop at all. Very, very weird. Could be bugged out. They may not have designed the or finished designing the subjugations to actually be dropping the troops themselves. It could just show that but not actually be in the loot tables yet. We have no idea really though, because they didn't really say anything about it. I don't think they've really commented on that at all. Let me go. Yeah, I don't think anybody's queuing still. Nope. How's the gearing so far? The gearing's okay. I mean, most of us are already capped out on gear. That's not the problem usually. It's mainly the troops. But also people just wanting more ways to kind of progress in PvE, like or PvP even too. But like having more ways to make gold and stuff like that, people are kind of concerned with right now, because there's really not a lot of options outside of trying to play the market. And that's about it. Aside from questing. Questing in the market. And that's what you got right now. But some people were suggesting like having a way of doing gold mine. I think some people suggested gold mines on the Discord. Some kind of gold mine that you can go into maybe and do a mission, or I don't know. I think a dungeon would be pretty cool if they're going to go that route. They do an actual like gold mine you can go into and fight enemies and whatnot. Be kind of neat. What's up, Gravity? How you doing? How's the player base from your perspective so far since the release? It's definitely grown. The player base itself has. On Steam, it seems that the player base has started steadily increasing as well, probably because of all the promotion that they're doing on Steam too. They've had a lot of oh wait, hold on. They're starting to reach out to a lot of people that are like covering the game on Steam so that it'll pop up on the actual store list page so that people can kind of see it firsthand. So the game itself, like early game, a lot of people are coming in. The problem is that once you get to end game and then once you get everything done kind of thing, once you get to end game, we quickly run out of things to do, and the end game doesn't feel that rewarding right now. And that could be because of how they had their model set up. Like, it was designed in free to play, so they could still be trying to redesign that kind of thing. Except what frustrates a lot of players is that, you know, the game has been in development for so long, even like past the point of when they started redesigning it. So they would assume, most people assume, that this would have already been taken care of. But it's good population right now. It's growing. It's just that they need to definitely get some updates going soon, because the players that are already at endgame are starting to get bored. And once players that are in the early game get to endgame, they're going to start to get bored fast. But everything up to that point is really fun, though. We just need updates. Not even trying subjugations anymore. Well, they're still good for troop coins. They're still not bad for that. Cross server. Yeah, it's cross server between Steam and Gameforge. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody plays on the same. It'll be nice if they do pursue console release. It'll be very cool to have that be a thing, so that there would be even more players cross-playing with each other and have a much bigger server, probably. That'll probably be a little while, but it'd be nice. I'm going to use the Scorpion in a second here. Come on. Hey. Not enough SP. Lying to me. There we go. These serial arsonists are pretty sweet, too. I like them. How far did it take you to reach endgame? About 3 days. Maybe. I'd say around 2 or 3 days. Around there, probably. It didn't take long. But once you got to endgame, then grinding everything out, that was about, I'd say about 3 or 4 more days. So I'd say it was about a week tops to reach endgame and grind everything out to get to a decent point. The MMO aspect, like that you encounter in the beginning when you're first leveling up, that doesn't take a long time. It's just that it kind of feels like it does, like it kind of drags. And I think that was something that they may have been developing, like that was definitely something they've been developing like last minute kind of thing, because the previous versions, people were saying that they didn't have that, where you're like going through the questing zones and leveling up through that. So a lot of players right now are kind of feeling like it's just filler content, but it's an interesting touch, though. If we had more ways to grind out in the open world, though, like if we had the missions to do every day in addition to being able to earn gold and stuff like that in the open world, then I think people wouldn't mind it as much, probably. Right now, there's not a lot of incentive to go into those open world zones except for just doing your quest. What's up, Zier? How you doing? Let me zoom in on this, too. Okay. All right. One more time. It'd be nice if it was cross-server NAEU. I mean, Conqueror's Blade does it. What? Wait, when did Conquerors do that? Or did they merge NA and EU? Because it was separate before when it first launched. The main reason most games don't do that too is because of ping. Most people, like, if you're connecting to, because the main problem is where would you put the server, and then if you put it in, like, let's say Chicago, players will have terrible ping if they're connecting from the EU, and then if you put it somewhere over on the eastern part of the world, then it'd be the same thing for the players that are in the west coast of the US, kind of thing. Started the game yesterday. Nice. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Where's the loot? Good question. The loot's hidden away. I don't know. They haven't really talked about if they're gonna buff the loot rates on the subjugations or not. We're not sure yet, but they've definitely got to be aware of it. Probably, I'd imagine. Hopefully. I'm going to keep everybody right over here. You know what I'm going to do too is when that treasure goblin comes out, I'm just going to smack him with a shockwave. Like this. Hold a moment. Okay. Making sure that little bastard didn't sneak past me. Seems to be going faster though with the scorpion. Here we go. Okay. Once all of them get close, we're going to shockwave again in this real quick. Here we go. Come on. Oh, I don't have enough. Why do I not have enough SP? Oh, I know why. Yeah. The, we can still get them. What's it called? The, flamethrower guys, the, arsonists, they actually take SP when they use their flamethrower. It's like 5 per... What was it? 5 per second? Yeah. Something like that. Oh, wait. SP per 1 second. 5, yeah. 5 per sec. Yeah. Jeez. That's a lot. That's why you need those elven war drummers when we finally get those. I'll probably wait a little bit before doing the other ones. I'll do some crack missions really quick. Get an S rank. Nope, still no troop. I've given up. I've given up on waiting for that. There's just no way we're gonna get it. Not until they buff the loot tables, or it unless the actual drop is not in the loot table yet. Then we gotta wait for that too. Let's see who's doing level 3. Oh my god, yes. Screw this. Let's go. Who's this? Chili, I Never Die, Mystique. Why not? Crack missions are also a really good time to level up your troops. So, riflemen still need to level up, and heavy calv, I guess. Cav. There we go. All right, sweet. I want to get my arsonist to level 30 before tomorrow. For tomorrow if I can. Said no. Yeah, we're getting no loot, that's for sure. But at least we'll get the crack done. That'll be nice. All right. They probably only have to do like 1 or 2 more, but I'll take it anyway. I don't care. Okay, cool. I feel so laggy right now. I have a lot of crit now. It's pretty fantastic. Yeah, so that's what it's like to feel a meteor again. Jeez. It's not just meteoring the mobs, it's also doing a meteor against your FPS rate. All right. Oh yeah, this way. There we go. Get them on defensive mode so that they're actually attacking stuff. I already forgot the order of these totems because I remember that I should have wrote it down. Somebody put it in chat the other day. I think I wrote it down, but not all of them. I think it's like, might be blue, blue, red, red, or something like that. When are they patching? We have no idea. I think some people were asking about it and they were told that maybe closer to the day or something like that. I have no idea. They're not telling anybody anything though, unless like they've got contacts or something like that. Maybe then they'll tell you. But no, other than that, they're not going to tell anybody anything. Could be a week from now, could be longer, who knows, but no matter what. Oh, blue, blue, red, red, okay. Hold on, I'm going to write that down. No matter what though, they definitely have to patch the game soon unless they want to start losing a lot of players. So it's just pretty much falls in their court. Blue, blue, red, red. Because there's still a lot of people joining, which is great, but some of the players, or quite a few of the players at endgame already, are starting to get bored. I felt really bad for a couple of my guildies. They've actually been disconnecting in the middle of invasions and crap because that hasn't been patched out yet. And oh crap! Hold on, we gotta heal the mercenaries. Sometimes when you interact with the towers, for instance, in like the defense mode for the invasions, you'll disconnect, and then also like just in the map, a lot of people have been getting it where like you're in missions and you're at the last boss or something like that, about to complete it, and the game just disconnects you, like gives you a big middle finger. That part's definitely been disheartening for a lot of people, but that's something that's like legitimately going to need to get patched for sure, because that's something that could definitely drive people away, at least until the updates come out. Was the 26th? I thought tomorrow, or did I understand wrong? Oh, red, red, blue, blue. Wait, hold on. I thought I put down blue, blue, red, red. Hey, someone mistake put red, red, blue, blue, red, red. Wait, where did you guys hear the 26th? What specs do you have on your computer? i7-8700K processor, 2060 is what I got for my graphics. I was gonna get a 2070, but then all the Amazon reviews were talking about how they were burning out in the first like week or so. Same with the 2080s. I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Plus, I didn't want to buy it from the official website because I had no idea what their warranty policy was. I like to buy the Amazon warranties. So I was like, you know, I'll go with the 2060. Screw that. It was a newer version of the 2060. It is blue, blue, red, red. Ah, gotcha. There are multiple combos. Oh, so it's... Oh, well, screw it. Let me just write both of them down then. Red, red, blue, blue. Do they ever mix it up then? It sounds like it. Is it like a red, blue, red, blue? CM Rocket? Who the hell is CM Rocket? Oh, that was in our German streams. Okay. I'm just kidding. I've never seen CM Rocket. Who's that? Wait, have they been in Discord or... You know, you know what I feel would get better results though, because for some reason they never respond back to my love letters. I should like pretend to be somebody else and ask them like as a random bystander. I guarantee I'll get a better answer response time. I promise you. I get it a lot though. I get avoided by CMs. It's like, I don't know why, but nobody ever wants to answer my freaking questions. But that's why I didn't even bother asking. But I'm surprised other people got answers. That's awesome. Oh, okay. He's not in Discord. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna like name myself Bubbles McFinnigan or something like that and start PM and CMs when I have questions. How to get the Juggernaut? Oh, you just have to him to a corner. Or wait, hold on. Side. Wait, I'll say corner. Behind those force fields, and everyone focuses it. Just like that. Where's the boss? I'm totally gonna start doing that too. I bet you I'll get answers. They don't even respond back to my emails, man. Like, I was just like, simple hell, even what the hell? Oh my god. $30 minutes. How long is it gonna be down? Oh yeah, for approximately 30 minutes. Well, I guess that's the answer to our question. What the? I'm a little blown away right now. Like no communication for like this long, and then we just get everybody knows the answer randomly. I'm down with it though. I hope they get some good updates in there, but that was just really sudden. Holy crap. Like 50 minutes? Yeah, like that was really crazy. That was like on point. Like right away. Right after you guys say that. So you heard from the CM. Where did Mystique hear that? That it was the 26th. Clearly, I need to get better contacts or something. Holy crap. Or like a contact in general. Damn. I'm just gonna pretend to be somebody else. This will be fine. Oh yeah, I answered your spec question. That's right. I wonder what. Well, hopefully they get some patch notes going then. That'll be nice. I think I left all my troops back in the other area, but it's okay. We still got this. You know, it must be so awesome to be a elementalist too. I get jealous of them sometimes. I want to summon a bear pet too, but as a gunslinger, that wouldn't make sense. Let's be real. Unless we're summoning like a little turret bot or something like that, which would be crazy good, but either way. I said, what do they expect me to do? Play WoW or something? Hey, come on. Don't say that. Just pretend to be a girl, you'll be fine. And girls aren't favored by Gameforge. Oh no. Oh no. There goes the plan, Silent. We can't do that. That's awesome. No, I get it though. I know they have to respond back to a lot of emails and stuff, especially when they're dealing with everybody with like doing the Steam coverage and stuff like that. That's okay though. I don't even need the press kit anymore. You know why? Because I already just like I usually go on this website that has really good stock photos, and I always like love looking through them. I do a lot of window shopping with that stuff, and also like for animations and stuff like that. There's a really good website called Fiverr, and I know some people on there that make some really awesome ones. I love buying them. I collect them at this point. Some of them I don't even use still, but I like making them a little bit. I've only made a few though, but window shopping for them is so fun. Then NA streamers or others, probably because they know a lot of us from their Guardians of Ember. Some of us I've been to their office with some talks already. That makes that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can understand that, because one thing I was thinking about was that like Gameforge, they have, what was it, Aeon, and I think a couple other games too that they published. So they probably, like, coming into the game, already had a lot of people they were in contact with for coverage and stuff like that. That makes sense. I forgot about Guardians of Ember though. Yeah. I don't mind it at all, like not getting answers or anything like that. I'm pretty much used to it at this point. I think I just have like a lot of bad luck when it comes to publishers and developers. Like, for some reason they tend to hate me a lot. So I tend to not take it too personally. I think it's probably I have no idea what it is actually. It's probably like my my karma for ever covering Bless Online. I feel like some people secretly know that I was like one of the guys that wound up in that cesspool, and then like all of us have just kind of been cursed from that point onward. It's like, oh my god, here we go again. When is this guy gonna die already? Let him die, please. Don't let him into our game whatsoever. No, but I don't think I played Guardians of Ember though. I saw it though. I wanted to, I think, but I don't think I ever got around to it. Finally, damn. How many people do you think online last time I checked? Community Hub was like 1900 or something, but now it's 500. Is it digressed? So, oh, Mysterious Corridor Liberator. Interesting. So right now the population, I think, is so yeah, the Steam population is rising, definitely, but I don't know about the Gameforge side. I think the population at end game for people that are playing like at high level play right now is probably dwindling, and the fact for that is because when you get to end game, like after we do everything, grinding for these troops and stuff like that is actually like kind of a drag now. And mainly because the drop rates are so skewered, and like you do a raid of like 8 people, like 8 people go into a raid, you have a chance to get 1 piece of gear, and then also you have a chance to get one troop drop. Like, I was so pissed yesterday. I congratulated him, but oh my god, a guildie got the Punishers from the Worm Boss, and he rolled like a 95. I was like, oh man, I was ready to throw my mouse across the room. We did like 8 different worm bosses before the Punishers dropped, and then you have to roll against like 7 other people for that. I was so pissed. Oh my god. They definitely got to change that at some point. It pisses you off though, because I mean, raids in other games most of the time, the reason I'm like passionate about that too is that at least I get where, you know, you want to grind, you want to block players out of the content so that they don't get to the max potential too fast. But when there's like a really thin line between going to that you know, easy mode factor, like where everybody gets everything really fast, and then also going so far into the grind aspect that it's like almost BDO territory kind of thing. I think you definitely have to play it somewhere in the middle kind of thing especially early on, because otherwise the end game won't feel that very rewarding. It's like it's almost like what Bless Online had did at some point, where they like at some point we were doing dungeons for 1 gold bar for like, and this game is not as bad as that, definitely, but the loot just doesn't feel rewarding right now. I don't really like to do all the questing again. Found out yesterday that it's possible to get random purple boxes from rifts even if you already own the maximum shard. What? What do you mean you can get a purple box from the rifts? What? Are we still doing stage 3? Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Let's go. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? I've never seen that. Did it say what troops you can get out of it, or is it just a random purple box? What the hell? Your luck? Insane. Is this is not the jug, I don't think. But yeah, I think the population in general, though, like Steam is definitely going to start rising because players are, I mean, with the reviews going up, which is really good. you know, players want to have a good MMORPG to play, and the game itself is good. It definitely is. It's just that there's always room for improvement, and I would hate to see the game, you know, start losing players this early on because players don't feel rewarded for the actual in-game content that they're doing once they get to that point. The gear wise, it seems really good though. Like I like the enhancement system. I definitely appreciate that we're not having to risk our weapons and stuff like that getting absolutely destroyed after like +5 or 6. Oh, this is the, wait, is this the jug? Oh yeah, this is the jug, I think. Ow. Yeah, this is the one. Just pop heroics and we'll burst it. We'll probably kill it in like 2 minutes flat. He needs it. Oh wait, so is it vision stones or the actual troop itself? Mystique says it's vision stones. Wait, the Molochs? I'm just running rifts after doing daily stuff. God damn. Where's my cav going? Oh my god. I'm gonna keep them out of the fight. Just trying to level these bastards up and they're just like causing so many problems for me. Okay. Come here. I should probably switch to slaughterers. How much does it cost? 400? Okay. I really, really, really wanted those punishes though. Oh my god. And I mean, I felt that way before that even happened. It's just that I hope that they actually, like, we already made like a full-on Reddit thread about it, but hopefully the loot gets changed up a little bit. Because I'd hate to see us get into the 16-man raid, and then you got like, what was it, 7 phases or so? And I'm pretty sure like for the previous versions, people said that the loot was really good. It's just that if they've changed it, I hope they didn't change it for the worst. Is the only thing. You know what? Those cav deserve death. Don't even worry about it. They deserve it. I just need to level up the arsonist. That's the main thing. Wait, from one box I got the troop and the other the stone. You're telling me that in these rifts you can actually get a box that gives you purple troops. What the hell? That's interesting. That makes me think a little bit, because I mean, usually, I think I've seen a couple people that are doing them like throughout the day, like very, very frequently. But I didn't really like past the actual crack shards. Didn't really understand why. I guess that's the thing, though. You have to really test stuff out and or just get lucky and realize something and then just start, you know, making good use of it. Which scorpion was it? Was it the wild scorpion or the regular scorpion? They could add raid tokens. There's still RNG rolling in dungeons, but everyone in the additional, oh, like cash in. I mean, yeah, something would definitely be great, because they said that they weren't actually going to continue using the heroic troop vendor, because some of us were trying out the lucky merchant, because like it's in the middle of town and it's dropping boxes for like 18k and they're giving us troop stones and stuff. So everybody kept trying it, and then we start getting those purple heroic stones, and then we saw the vendors, but once we actually started talking about it, they said that it was left over from free-to-play versions, that was sad, because what that means is that it sounded like they were going to make it much harder to get purple troops, because like in previous versions, I believe people said you could like evolve your troops. For instance, you could go from a blue 5-star maybe to a purple, but right now it's kind of leaning more towards the RNG kind of thing, and some people prefer that old method. It sounds like I I definitely think if we had the heroic troop coins or the evolution system, it wouldn't be that bad at all. Wait, hold on. The poison score. You got the what? Oh man, I gotta tell the guildies that's crazy because I know Jay, one of the guildies that we have, he got a wild scorpion and an ogre the same day, but we were doing raids. I think he got really lucky, but hell, if I knew that, I would be doing these cracked all the time actually. Only thing is because a lot of it's theory crafting right now because we don't see stuff like that. We don't really know how the game works, which is it's good in a sense, but it's also a little frustrating sometimes because, like for instance, dedicating troops is the most frustrating thing in the world because you're able to get duplicates of what you already have. So what's hilarious is when you get people that dedicate like a 3-star purple, like let's say because people dedicate their Crusaders, for instance, when they first get them right off the bat. I did the same thing. I got Brawlers, which I never use, but some people have got 1-star purple Crusaders, which was hilariously bad. That sucked. That felt so bad for them. But yeah, you basically, if you dedicate like a blue troop, for instance, I've done it twice. I've dedicated 5-star blue troops, and I've gotten crap both times. But some of us aren't sure if the actual troops that you might be going for are even obtainable right now. Unless they it feels like they kind of changed up the loot tables, or some of them aren't available to actually retrieve yet right now. It's kind of weird, but let's see what these jugs want to aggro onto. Come here. Left. Oh my god, he's coming so fast for me. Over here. If you pull him behind the portal, it'll be better because we could just burst him over here. It'll be easier to move around. I'm gonna pull one, or okay, all right. Well, we can burn it hopefully, but I don't know if we can over here. It's the only thing. Pull it. We gotta pull up to the portal. All right. He says don't run. All right. All right. Hold on. And put my rifles on him. God. Yeah, 4-star fire archers. Jeez. Look at you. Just keep him right here at least. Let's do it this way. I'm gonna die guaranteed though. Tell my story. All right, kill him. Be sure to pop heroics. It's a troop attack. There we go. Yeah, we should have it still. But for future reference, though, we just pull up behind the portal. Like there's a little corner back there. You don't have to worry about the troops or anything. Or more importantly, the guy moving around a lot. Or other jugs coming in and messing everything up kind of thing. You know what? I actually don't think we're going to get this. We have a high chance of not killing him right now. Come on. Wait, how did you get 4-star fire archers? I gotta read that after this. You get the Emperor pack, you always get a purple troop. You guys better keep burning them. I don't see you guys on them. Come on. Burn the fuck out of them. Alright. We literally got to get a % per second right now. We're not making it, I don't think. Oh my god. Yeah. Shit, come on, keep going. If you die, walk it off. Walk that shit off. Come on. Nah. He's stunned. Burn him. Oh my god. No. Literally. Right there. Wow. Right there, we failed it, I'm pretty sure. You have to pull him over here. You have to pull over here. That way you don't have to deal with other mobs and jugs. I do it all the time with guildies. Good try, though. Almost got it. Because literally, like, all those mobs that came up and, like, screwed with us, it just messed everything up. You guys weren't even focusing the one I was running with. Yeah, but okay, though. Okay, whatever he says. I took the 1-star one from the Emperor pack and then was lucky with stones through random boxes and invasions. Just the random box yesterday from Rifts gave you 100 purple artificer stones. How are you getting stuff like that? That's crazy. Later. Yeah, everybody's got a different way of doing it. What's up, Wild? How you doing? All right, let's go. Raid tokens does sound like a pretty sweet idea, though. Yeah. But yeah, that's why sometimes you gotta be in like voice chat for that kind of stuff if you want to do that. I mean, if that person does it with guildies, though, they'll be fine. Just like put it in a place that's not going to get screwed up by other mobs, and you're good. That's it. I've seen purple vision stones from a purple box do crack. Never seen a troop drop, though. I've never seen that. Well, actually, I can't remember right now fully, but I don't think I've seen any purple box that actually drops troops, though, in the cracked. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I already asked in the forums. Is there an actual game? There's no game forums for the game itself, right? It's just... Oh, wait. I got to collect... hold on. Stuff from the auction house. No, everybody's got a different way of doing stuff. Maybe he's done it once or twice where they just have it in the middle of the map or something like that. But usually with... I mean, if you're pugging it, I don't... If somebody actually wants it... guildies and I just pull it to one of the corners and do it that way. Makes it easier for everybody. We also didn't have... I don't think we had slaughterers in there, so that didn't help either. We had one unit of slaughters, but if we had like... If I had my slaughterers, we probably would have got that. So on my part, I didn't have the slaughterers there, so that didn't help. I didn't know he wanted it to. Until we got in there. But either way, it was so close. Did you join PA or RA? Revolution Alliance with the guildies. We joined pretty early on. Didn't know everybody would be stacking up on this faction, though. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the Territory War. I think the main guilds on Protection Alliance is like, at least on our server, Gaia. And I don't know if Ming is still playing from Conqueror's Blade. I don't I don't think I've seen a lot of them around. Oh wait, I think they're under a different name. I think it's either, it could be Revolution or Prodigy, I think. Possibly. Pop right down. Right there is a drop down box that leads to the forum. What? Really? Hold on. Let me open this game forum. I never clicked that before. Are you serious? Wait a minute. Hold on. How do you get there from the website? Because if I remember right, I think that you can't even, there's no link for that on the website, is there? Oh man, nobody's going to find that. Not a lot of people, at least. There's an actual game forums, and then they put a drop down for it in the launcher. What the hell? You were creating an account with Gameforge.com. Oh my god, I would have never found that. Thank you. Wow. That's crazy. There's an actual forum. Hold on. Is there any other link for that, or is it just in the launcher? That's so weird. I've never seen I've seen, you know, some weird stuff, but it's not common that you really see that kind of thing happening. I would imagine they'd put it. Hold on. Did they even link that in Discord, or let me see. Let me search this. I've seen somebody last Thursday did post one. A Gallius, actually. That was in the French Kingdom Under Fire channel. The French Kingdom Under. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So no, we would not have found that. All right. Just making sure. I'm just making sure we would not have found that. Guaranteed. You said they're Prodigy. Okay, they're Prodigy. Okay, then I remember looking or seeing them. What's a good thing to use crack shards on? You basically, after you unlock the raid, that's the main thing. You just, after that, start using them on getting your vision stones. So if you have to level up your purple units at all, just use, like, for me, it's fighters. I'm trying to get purple fighters up to level 3 for ranks. So I'm just buying a bunch of vision stones for them. But basically, whatever kind of purple troop that you have or you're going for, use them on that. Or you can save them until you have a purple troop and then do it that way too. It's gender lock classes. Yeah, I definitely understand that. I had a big problem with that when it came to like games like Terra too. Over the years, I've kind of started to get more tolerant of it, but it's not really like an overall altogether their tolerance. Like it still bugs me sometimes, but if the game plays well, that's when I am a little bit more accepting of it. This game specifically, they seem to have a lot of plans for a lot of different classes. We've got mention of 3 so far, but there's potential that they could add more in the future. So if they do that, if they actually do have a lot of classes in the game, then I think it'd be okay. But it's just a matter of getting all those classes. This is the first thing, is the main thing. Woke up, did some Qigong. That sounds intense. That's awesome, Wild. Yeah, I want to get I had a motorized neck massager, but it burned out on me in the first like 2 months. I need to get another one really badly. 5C. Oh, they're already in progress. Hold on. Level 3. Oh, luckies. Never die. Yeah, he's got it. If he does cracked again, I think he's doing it. You could probably get it. Just literally pull them in a corner, or if Pug's got good troops or something, just burn them all. Screw it. Do what you want. Better than CB launch for sure. Well, it was... God, there was so much desync early on in CB as well. I'm glad we don't actually have to deal with that at least too. But you don't get maintenance for EU right now today, so that... I don't know how many activities in the English one, but the German one isn't active, at least in the feedbacks and bugs section. Huh, yeah, it sounds like... Oh, you can't go there from the website. But yeah, a lot of people have been wishing for the forums in this game, and then now come to find out that it's actually in the launcher. That's a little interesting. I don't know if they were like planning to advertised that or not, but that's interesting. Or maybe they would have assumed that all their players just like automatically knew that. But I mean, I haven't really messed around. I'm sure a lot of people haven't really messed around the Gameforge launchers, so I don't know if that's like a common thing, but I sure didn't know that. And from what I was seeing, a lot of people didn't know that too. I do see the maintenance notes though, or I see the maintenance in here from Miss EARP. So it sounds like if EU's not getting a maintenance too, then this isn't an actual update. It's just more like a server restart for stability, it sounds like. You could go to the Gameforge website, but it's like hidden. Why is it hidden, I wonder? That's so weird. To hide a game forms. Finally. Oh, it's Gale's. What faction are you in server? US server and the Revolution Coalition for the faction. How are you liking the end game? The end game, it's where it starts to get fun, but there's not really rewarding loot when it comes to the actual like raids and missions. It's decent. It's just that the loot system definitely needs to be improved. But overall, the game factor and like the fun factor of the game itself is pretty good. You can have a lot of fun with the missions that you can do in the game right now and the invasions, but it does start to get a little bit old after a while. A lot of us are waiting for updates just because of, you know, how little loot we're getting right now. But overall, it's not too bad. What the fuck? I have the draw. Oh, wait, actually, he has the draw. Oh, that's right. You berserkers have, like, this auto guard, don't you? It's something where you can, like... what is it? Oh, yeah. You can block and attack at the same time or something like that, I think. Fights there. Gotta get used to my combos right now. Block break. I was fighting, I think Holstro the other day, and I was doing some really good block breaks against him. That was fun. Thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Fellow guildie, what's up, Nob? How you doing? Norb, can you show your skill talents? There's nothing really that special about them. I honestly wouldn't recommend going with my skill talent. It's pretty much like a PvE build. But I pretty much just go for like agility and... Excuse me, sir. He's gonna... Oh yeah, screw it. Hold on. Oh, that's a block break, I think, too. Oh, he doesn't... Oh, he is blocking. I was trying not to block break against him because I don't think he blocks a lot. He's blocking now though. He doesn't continue his blocks though. Okay, good fight. You have to kind of adjust your playstyle against different people. Making your third character 30 at the moment. Wow, nice. Holy crap. Third character? Jeez. What's your gear score? Or you got them all maxed out on gear score? 3 out of 40. Oh wait, hold on. You said people can't complain on it? Oh, for the forums. I guess that makes sense. I mean, I just that was really weird though that we didn't find the forms until now because it was just hidden in the launcher and then also hidden on the website. I'm guessing it may be like a link at the bottom or something on the website. I've never seen the link for that. That's interesting. Said masochist. Oh god. Decent CC, the pull combo out the butt. Well, I don't. The most berserkers that I've fought, they don't usually use their block break combo because I don't. Oh crap! There it is. I think that's the server restart, so we gotta wait like 30 minutes. All right, well, time to play some. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be up right now. Maybe Bannerlord for 30 minutes or so. Let's see. Might as well while we're waiting. It sounds like just a server stability update. Probably not anything that's going to be like worthy of update patch notes or something. Maintenance always wins the last PvP. Seriously, right? Oh my god. Server's down. Why's it got to be 30 minutes though if they're just restarting it? That's nuts. Maybe they're, or maybe they are putting something out, some kind of update. Hopefully it's at least bug fixes if they're doing some kind of maintenance on it. Especially the at the very least, if they're not adding anything new or changing anything like loot table wise, then hopefully the crash to desktop stops happening when people are invasions and missions, because that must suck a lot. One of the guildies that I roll with when we're doing invasions, he crashes quite a bit in the defense mode specifically. Like he'll like just joining a party about 2 days ago, he was getting crashes just off of joining the party itself or trying to log back in game. Wait, what, Bannerlord? You guys didn't know? EU servers still up? Lucky biscuits. Yeah, that's why it didn't sound like so much of a... It didn't sound like more of a update than it did server stability maintenance. Just a regular restart. Hold on. Bannerlord is not out. It's actually in beta right now, but we can play the multiplayer right now. We sure can. Let me see if you can see that. I think you can. This is what I do during all the maintenances and server stability patches that games tend to have. Let's do some captain mode if people are up. I don't think they are, though. All right, hold on. Let's do a custom match really quick here. I want to do a captain so bad, though. Can we just have a 3v3? Or they're overestimating to make sure they have ample time? Possibly, yeah. Could be. Not even sure what maximum holy score is right now. 1050. And you didn't wait. Who's got 1050? There's no way. It should be 960 for the maximum. Like when you have like maxed out purple gear, it should be 960 for the max. Nice duel. You should go capture as a start and change stance to well stance, I guess. To start the game and try to understand. Yet I feel bad after seeing the berserker loss. Well, most berserkers seem to have a tough time in PvP, but I mean, if you get your block breaks down really good, and I think the gunslinger, it might be a little bit easier to fight for a berserker than a ranger, because I think a ranger can like outrange the crap out of you, like clearly, of course, but they also can, like when they get in close, they're pretty deadly because they have some really good wombo combos that can keep you down for quite a while. Currently has 1050. Well, okay, I actually that makes sense, because I did hear that they were, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that they were giving some content, or not content creators, but just some no, we don't like being called that, just streamers, I guess. Some of them, I think mainly the Steam players, people were saying that they're giving them accounts that are like lasting for a week and having maxed out troops and stuff like that. That's the only way I could see that guy having that high of gear score, because there's no way that that he's got 1050 by normal means, unless he's using some kind of exploit, because there's no gear in the game unless they actually have legendary gear in and he somehow got it that could get him to 1050. There's like no way. Like everybody's at 960. Yeah, like you're at 960. Everybody's at 960. Unless I'd like to see a picture if anybody's taking a picture of his actual gear, like what he's wearing. Holy crap, they have a lot of people in the team deathmatch. All right, we're going in. Let's go. Reckoning, thanks so much for the follow. Takes time to air and feed the hamsters running the servers. Oh god. Could be last 90 point. Well, enhancing your gear so far hasn't given anyone God's blessing, unless that guy has plus 10 everything, which I again, I don't think that's really incredibly possible right now because I mean I have like my weapon is +9 right now, and then all my other gear is +6. I have not received any bonus god blessing at all. I mean if he has for some reason like maxed out his gear like +15 everything, I would be looking more into that guy than wondering how he got it. That doesn't sound that possible at all. Did I mute Bannerlord? I think I muted the game sounds of Bannerlord. Oh, that killed me. Hold on. Can't play without game sound. You've also got to play as a unit. Started me off as a clan. So this new mode that they have is called Team Deathmatch, and it's basically where each team has points, and you have to rack those points up by killing people or just getting assists and stuff like that. So we're going to have to get our character leveled up by doing that, because the more points you have, the better troops you can summon, or better character you can unlock. Oh! We need a spear. Oh, nice. Oh, couldn't help you, buddy. We got to get a spear somehow. I don't see anything we can get. Ooh, dang. Sucks to be that guy. This is not Kingdom Under Fire. It looks fun, though. What is this? Yeah, Kingdom Under Fire servers are under maintenance right now. We're just waiting on them. It's Mountain Blade Bannerlord. It's the multiplayer, though. Oh, sweet. Okay. Now I don't want to die because I don't want to lose my character, even though I don't have that much armor at all. Nice. We were playing a warrior who's deaf. Oh my god. Oh my god, don't shoot me, no! Oh, that sucks. Whoa. Oh crap. Oh my god, why the hell did I switch weapons right there? Damn it. Alright, maybe I can actually get a new character. Oh yes, I can. Give me the Oathbound. Yes. What the hell? That's unfortunate. Oh, fuck. No, not like this. Death. You got +15 on 4 parts, still 960. How did you even get +15? Supposedly there's 4 more classes hinted back in August 2019. That's Paladin, Dark Sorceress, Vampire, Prince, and Cleric. Ow. So I didn't hear about the Cleric, but I don't think we're going to get those anytime soon. Apparently people that have been asking about the, what's it called? Ow. Damn it. Shit, there's people like all around me. People that have been asking about the Vampire Prince and the Paladin haven't got much of a response yet. Tell your horse to die. Oh, dead. But I think maybe we'll get Dark Sorcerer within, maybe not even the month, maybe like early December or something like that, but no way to know for sure. Nice. Oh, that guy's got a big... Got him. Surprise. Oh, are you serious right now? That was a good shot. You gotta commend the guy. That was nice. Guy's got a big... No, we don't continue that sentence. We do not. God, I suck with this faction. My favorite's probably... Actually, is this Britannia? Because that's probably my favorite one. The Fian archers are really, really good. He just, oh my God. I was going to talk about how that guy seemed like he decapitated that man, and then it happened to me. Oh yeah, we got the Fion. All right, cool. Oh my God. Oh, love you. Survive, buddy. Oh my God. No. Not like this. Oh, yep. There I go. Okay, I'm not getting Fion again. How did you get plus 15 though on everything? I love running mages and vamps. It looks looks like your Zerker's temporary. I think my gunslinger is definitely temporary. I want to get an ogre class if they ever make one, or probably the vampire lord. I'll probably go with that one as a main for a while, and then it'll depend on what classes they get beyond that. Cause I don't know if it's going back to the gear score thing a second. Oh dang, that was almost my head. What the hell happened there? Ow. I don't think it's possible to get that high though. At least not with traditional means. If there is some kind of legendary gear in the game, though, I want to know how he got it. We got to find that out for sure. If it's already in, I would assume that that would have come with the raids, if anything. Our guy? Our guy. Okay. 20 to 30k gold each rift for 70, 90 rifts a day. You get a lot of gold for... Wait. 70 to 90 rifts a day? There's no way anybody's doing 70 to 90 rifts a day. If each rift, just by doing, like, I don't even think I have to do the math on that, but if each rift takes, like, let's say 15 minutes, or let's say 10 minutes even, doing 70 or 90 of them, let me just calculate that really quick. So it's about 700 minutes. So you calculate that down to what? Let's see. Doing 11 hours, like around 11 or 12 hours of rifts. There, if they take 10 minutes per, God no. And that's if you're doing like level 3s, hell no. Unless you can get, if you can get those rewards from level 1s, that would make sense. But I don't think you can get the 20k from level 1s though. I don't think, at least. Wow. Jeez. That just sounds like, that sounds like pure torture. But that does make sense though, if that's the case. Oh crap, whoops. So you get the 20k from the level 1 too then? Interesting. I never really noticed, so I wasn't sure. How did that person shoot me like that? Whoever shot me was a good shot. Crap. Nice. Say goodbye to your health. Oh yeah, that's just like anybody who still plays, I think like BDO for instance, or probably Arcade with the new version, probably does like 15, 16 hours a day if they're competitive. Got you. It is a drain on your health though, that's for sure. Ooh, that definitely hurt. Looks like that was a big drain on my health as well. I like the Botania mounted warriors right now though. This is nice. Got him. In your face. And the horse. Is this a PC MMORPG? This one, no. This is Bannerlord. We're just waiting for the servers to come back up right now for Kingdom Under Fire 2. This is just like, this is my usual pastime whenever servers are in maintenance or something like that. On sale for $27.99. I should really get a new mouse. If it's on sale, I might need to check a mouse like that out. The mouse I have now isn't doing that good right now. Got him. Ooh. I almost didn't hit that. Crap. I killed Phoenix. Ah, crap. Yep, I saw that guy. Ooh. Damn. He got shot in the nuts. Got him. Logitech, nice. Gaming backlit programmable buttons. 15 hours a day is not really healthy, but we're trying to go for rank 1 guild EU, and we want those conquering territories, ones that are patched in, so yeah, we need to. I mean, hell, if that's the way, you know, that's the way you got to do it, that's the way you got to do it. I mean, if there were more ways to make money, I'd imagine you guys probably be doing that instead than the crack, because I could imagine not having that much fun if I'm doing like 15 hours a day of just crack missions. Those missions tend to get really annoying, I feel. Oh, that almost killed me. Oh, my God. That was almost death for me. Nobody tell him. Come here. What the hell? Oh, Phoenix got revenge. All right, is the server back up? Let's take a look. Let's see. Don't think it is, but let's check. Anything worth getting with the troop coins other than the Scorpion? From the troop coin vendor, let me think. I mean, not. It depends. If you like me personally, I try to stay away from human and elven based troops because since I'm a part of the Revolution Coalition, I like to kind of play it like I'm actually, you know, just using those kinds of troops for the Dark Elves and Orc ones. But if you don't mind that, you might be able to get like the. Hold on, I got the other game's loading screen right now. Maybe if you get like the Redmane Spearmen, if they give you those in the troop coin vendor, those might be pretty good. Something like that. 12 and 7, I'll take it. Hold on, let me check and see if the server's back up really quick. Hold on. I think it is. All right, let's go. Oh wait, is it tricking me right now? Oh my God. I don't think it's back up yet. Hold on. Let me try to launch it again. I see the server in the server list. It just says low, but it's not showing. It's not letting me in. Hold on. Let me ask Guildies. Yeah, I think other than that though, like if you have the Scorpion, you're pretty much okay. I think that's like one of the main ones that you get from that, and then most of those other troops aren't really that useful. But I can check again once I get in there, just in case. The server's baiting us right now. I think we got like 7 minutes left before it's supposed to come back up, so let me check what we can do in the meantime. me see. Here, we could probably just sit in the lobby screen and then I'll look at the forums because I didn't even know that there was a forum, so might as well take a look through it, see what people have been saying. Bring the game up. I think, oh yeah, that's right. They might have the Mortarmen in the troop coin vendor. That might be really good. If there was a different way to make lots of gold, we would try other things, but this way we get lots of gold and we have a chance for the random boxes. I honestly didn't expect that to be a thing. Well, wait, okay, so if you've been just like farming gold though, like how do you have plus 15? Because you have to use the cubics to be able to like get that extra chance. So what are you doing for those then? Are you just like free balling it all the way to plus 15? Because I couldn't see that happening. Because you'd have the gold, but like the enhancement stone. Oh, here we go. We're back in. The enhancement stones required though would be nuts. Looks like we don't have to do that after all. Browse the forums. Let's see. Okay. Julio, let's go. There's Blue Mortar. Yeah, Blue Mortar. I think so. In there. I'm gonna check right now. Dailies take you like 50 minutes. You get like 1.5k cubics from it. That's interesting. Let me go check really quick though. So, when is the new patch coming out? We don't have any idea right now. All we know is that they just did a restart. It seems like it was just mainly a server stability patch. But in terms of an actual update, we have no idea. Well, some people are saying tomorrow, the 26th, but majority of us didn't get that information, so I'm not sure what to make of that. And we don't know like what's going to be in the update or anything like that, but maybe tomorrow is what people are saying. Hold on, let me go check.
All's well in the barracks for the Berger mercenaries.
There isn't there a Mortarman in here? I guess not. Oh. Well, the Lightning Mancer, I was gonna say the Rose Rain one. Not a lot of people like that one. The Greywood one is the better one, and I actually have the Greywood, but I'm not leveling it up that much because I don't really care about it. But the Executioners from the Troop Coin vendor might be useful too. Same thing with the Axe Stores if you don't already have them. You could use the Riflemen if you don't have the purple ones already, or the Spears. Yeah, the Red Mane Spears are really good. So those are a couple of things that you could buy, like the Axe Stores, the Executioners, the Riflemen, or the Spearmen. And also, probably, I use the Armored Beetle, but that's just more for fun. I don't think it's really that useful right now. I mean, compared to the Scorpion, you might as well just bring the Scorpion when it comes down to it. But it can hold its own tanking-wise. Like, when it goes down into its crouch phase, it's okay. That's about it. He doesn't believe me. Believe you on what? According to CM. What's up, Ben? Yeah, it looks like we're back in. Let's see. The patch thing though, for November 26th, that was just a little shocking to like get that information after we had like pretty much had no response for the longest time. And what's funny too is that I believe some people actually had messaged the CMs, and the response they got was that they'll tell them when a patch is coming closer to patch day. So if the patch is tomorrow, then that's a little hilarious actually that they got that response. But I don't know if it's tomorrow, then coolio. But I'm curious to know what they're gonna put in there then. That's a lot of what's it called, cubics though, and enhancement stones that you're probably spending to get to plus 15 though if you got everything there already. That's interesting. Let me go do subjugation really quick. Maybe they sneaked a little bit of a buff into those. It's wishful thinking, but you never know. I think I need Jackdaw. I've been trying to get the sorcerer, the orc sorcerer, for so long. I need that orc sorcerer like very badly. Let's go find out if I can get it. That's crazy too, because when I got to +9, for instance, for like my gear, I started having to, if I want to go from +9 to +10, I have a 15% chance to succeed, but also on top of that, I brought the wrong troops. Crap. All right, you guys just pray. Hope you win it. Oh God. We can do this. But no, I have to pay like 1,000 cubics per attempt that I have to do. So it definitely sounds like you've got some ungodly luck if you've got +15 already. Because I could only imagine how many cubics you have to spend. Even doing the dailies, like if you're talking about getting each piece to +15, then you must have like not failed once in that case. When you've or I don't even know if you're using cubics. You might just have that ungodly amount of luck. You did the 12 without cubics, just cubics from 12 to 15. Wow. I would say though, yeah, that scorpion though is probably one of the best things you can get from that troop coin vendor, because I thought originally people were saying that you might get what's it called, a purple scorpion by the time you got done with your quest line, but we didn't see that. Apparently that was taken out. Oh my God, my cavalry gonna get destroyed. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get an S rank anyway. Who cares? Most of the time, getting an S doesn't. I seem to get worse rewards from getting like an S rank than I do getting like a lower rank. Even when it comes to these subjugations. What's funny too is that one time we did the worm boss, and so we did it, and this is like one of our first times doing it, and we usually killed the boss before it did the third burrow. And when he does the burrow for the third time, what happens is that he'll go underneath, and then instead of actually summoning his little whirlpools on the hill, he'll do it on the actual ground instead. So we didn't know that. Like a lot of people didn't realize that we're on the third burrow. So basically literally everybody's troops got killed, and we still had a unit drop. It was hilarious. That was like one of the only times we had a unit drop. I think we got like a B or something. But it was just funny because we actually S ranked them one time, and all we got was vision stones. I was like, screw it. And then I saw somebody else who said that they AFK'd in a subjugation one time. They killed one tower in the field of the watchtower subjugation, and they AFK'd for the rest of it and still got the troop. So I was just thinking to myself, why even try then? What? Screw it, I'll just start failing. Maybe then I'll have better luck. I was like, that's genius. Maybe they want us to fail more than they want us to succeed. That makes sense. Reverse psychology. Like sometimes in subjugations, I just think to myself, is this like a Ready Player One situation where they want us to go backwards and fail the mission? Is that what they want? Maybe we open up a secret area or something? The treasure goblin is the only one that matters there. And I've never even seen anything drop from the treasure goblin either, aside from that silver crap. But sometimes I think the last time I saw him, I just left him alone. I was like, screw this treasure goblin. I'm not going to get anything from him anyway. Dang. Nope. Z Dandy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Unit drops requires blood sacrifice. You know what? At this point, I'd be willing to believe it. I wouldn't be surprised. Seriously, it is impossible almost to get these blue troops compared to the purples. That is so insane. That's why I legitimately believe that the loot drops are actually bugged right now on the subjugations. But you know what? I'm going to bring proper troops in there anyway so we can do this proper. Let's do this. I might bring the serial arsonist just to say screw it. Wait, we're doing the field. Wait, hold on. We're not doing the field. We're doing the jackdaw. I'll bring a scorp. And this should work. Okay. Go, go, go. You're saying pity troops. Pity troops indeed. Conversion from the pay model has all the drop rate screwy. Well, from what I've heard though, like that people say that in the previous versions they had better mechanics for getting these troops. So it sounds like the conversion, like the problem is when they changed everything to kind of match the new model, which really I don't really see how changing the drop rates really affects the payment model as much, because if you had better drop rates before, then I don't see how lowering them really solves the issue in terms of, because the payment model's fine. I get that. Like they did a really good job at that, but I don't see where lowering the drop rates to this point really helps with not being pay to win. Because like the evolution mechanic that they had, that definitely sounded really good. And also the heroic troop coin vendor, if that was troop coins, cubics had nothing to do with that, it sounds like, because if it works the way the vendor says it works, then because in previous versions cubics were buyable with real money, and you could also buy it through the auction house too. But if you never use cubics to do the heroic troop coin vendor, then why take that out too? That doesn't make much sense actually. And same thing with the drop rates, because as far as I saw, like Kinetic GTR did a really good video explaining. He was one of the ones that did a really good video explaining like the payment model in previous versions, and how like the troop gotcha system was a thing for sure, but the cubics from what he like, I don't remember anybody mentioning that the cubics actually helped with like getting troop drop rates or anything like that, unless it's like the premium in previous versions, then maybe. But other than that though, thanks so much, Zandy. I appreciate that. In the past you could buy the troops you want, now you can't. That alone makes it harder to get troops. Well, yeah, of course, but definitely, of course. I guess that plus taking out the evolution mechanic, that's where kind of, I guess the conversion might have an issue, where they take that stuff out, but they don't really leave a way to kind of supplement that. They planned on adding that in later, it seems, because right now we're kind of suffering from the issue where like some of the troops you just straight up can't get unless you get them from the RNG boxes that you get when you first buy your package and get into the game. So we can't really fully experience all the game has to offer. I want to see a guildie with the Storm Rider. That'd be awesome. But only a very select few people have it right now, it seems, in the game in general. Kill him. Okay, we got him. The troop vendor in the town is the only one left. The other versions, that whole line of guys was purchasable troops. But purchasable with what though is my question, is my wonder, because yeah, you could buy cubics on the cat shop in previous versions, but I was wondering like where that had to fit into like actually buying troops through those troop coin vendors, because like if they're completely separate entities, because nobody mentioned being able to buy those troops with cubics at all. Like nobody mentioned going to the troop coin vendor and buying those troops with cubics. So that's why I'm curious as to why they take that out and make it harder if they didn't have a plan on supplementing that with something else. In the beta, Goblin guaranteed a unit drop, and there were a couple other NPCs. One was for endgame that let you get any blue unit in the game, and other was for daily quest to get purple units. Okay. So the treasure goblin did guarantee a drop, but so it sounds like then either it's bugged right now or they lowered that crap from like, so okay, guaranteed a loot drop, so it might have went down from like 100% to like 0.110. Or like not 0.110, like 0.10, or maybe 1% chance to get that. I feel like with those ways taken out, they got messed up on how we get them in this version. Yeah, I mean, because like I don't think that they because we noticed like certain things that were issues, like when you got to endgame, like for instance the blue units, or not the blue units but the blue gear. The gunslinger always had God's blessing on their blue gear when you first got to level 30. A lot of classes did not have that though, and from what I heard, people were saying that the gunslinger was the class they spent the most time on or most time with. So that led me to believe maybe they didn't test out, like if they had just boosted everybody's characters that was doing QA, or the QA was just doing like level 1 to 10 and didn't test out everything in between, I could see where that might pop up. But that just kind of seemed like maybe there were a lot of things that weren't tested, kind of thing, or over a longer period of time weren't tested because of what we're kind of dealing with right now. Do you think you can explain the enhancement system, like when you enhance like 1.0 physical magic attack, is that 1.0 percentage or a certain multiplier? Wait, so you mean like when you enhance your gear and you get this stuff? This is not really a percentage or a multiplier. It's just like a baseline increase. Like when you enhance your gear, you'll just get like for right now at level 9, it gives me 34 to 38 attacks. So that means that it has a chance of adding on that 34, or anywhere between that 34 and 38% chance, or not percent chance, but just amount when I attack something, kind of thing, is what I believe that does. Just hoping that they fix it in a way that won't be pay to win, because I have to eat my words with all the people that I'm convinced to play. Yeah, I mean, well, it's hard to, it's like a little bit harder to recommend the game right now, because since we're already at this end game point where we're struggling and frustrated like this, like the beginning points up to this point is really fun. It's really enjoyable, but getting to this point is where it starts to get really frustrating, when you're not able to get those troops that you want, or really like any surefire ways of grinding gold, unless of course like you're grinding out those crack missions like 15 hours a day, which I never really thought of doing that, actually, to be honest, especially not the level 1s, because I never really noticed it. But if I remember, I thought I was getting like maybe 1 or 5k from the crack missions. I don't usually get 30k from the crack missions. Oh, hello, look at that treasure goblin. Hey, block him. Bursted him. I'm not gonna pick up the chest till the very end. Look at that. I don't ever see the treasure goblin on the Jackdaw Canyon. But one last thing to talk about the loot, though. Like you were saying, in the past you could buy troops, but now you can't. But I guess if they had made it to where like you had multiple slots of drops, like let's say for a raid, there was at least 2 slots for gear, 2 to 3 slots for gear drops. So you had a chance to get maybe 2 pieces for Berserker, 1 piece for Berserker, 1 for Gunslinger, 1 for Ranger, kind of thing. And then also for troops, for 8 people, you should have at least 2 to 3 different chances. And I know some like there's been like I think 1 guild that's mentioned that they've gotten 2 troops from raids, or they get 2 troops from raids or anything like that. I don't see that at all happening, but I mean, there should definitely at least be that going on like all the time, kind of thing. If it's not vision stones, like getting a chance to drop maybe 1 vision stone, 1 troop kind of thing, then you should be able to get 2 troops drop for 8 people kind of thing, or something like that, if that makes sense. Like have two slots for troops, 2 to 3 for gear, and then if they added trash items that allowed you to get gold from just that, like doing raids or doing the open world PvE farming, because that'd be really cool if we had the ability to get gold through open world PvE farming. I'd totally do it. I hope they fix that up as well at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later, because a lot of people are going to start getting to end game and realizing that how hard it is right now, which there's nothing wrong with it being hard. It's just it has to feel rewarding at the same time, or engaging, of course. Yep, that's what I usually get. That was the drop from the goblin, was the shards and the insignias. You bastards. Man, let me drink something. I don't think anybody's dueling right now, but might as well try. At least we have 5k troop coins though. That's nice. Let's see. Oh, yay. GG Loner. Oh, it's a ranger. Okay. All right. You have to be a little bit careful with rangers. A little bit. There's a few that know a combo I've noticed where if they get close to you, it's a combo that basically ties into your block break, I believe, for rangers, but it's kind of hard to map out because if you, let's say if you try to bait someone out into calling your bluff, if you're going to try to block break in, did they DC or wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Aw, man. Good fight. I get enough troop coins to buy my own insignias. Give me something better. Oh, I see. Yeah, I wish we could get some better rewards from that sub. I mean, it definitely sounds like, you know, in the previous versions it was better a little bit on the loot side. Like if they'd taken the payment methods out, but left the loot a little bit in there, like some ways, or some of it at least, it would probably be a little bit better. Like if we could get blue troops to purple right now, that'd probably be all we need. That, and then also being able to get these drops from subjugation easier than we are would be a good start. So let me take a look at the crack too, because nobody's doing it right now, but once somebody does, I'm gonna see if I can take a look at how much level 1 gives you. In the meantime, let's do a quick round of hideout. I think I need it for my dailies. Let me check. Actually, secluded, Tomb of Ancestors, hideout, enhance equipment 5 times. I could try for plus 10 really quick. Let's see. Alliance level 12. Oh. Actually, I need to take a look at which guilds are on the Protection Alliance. I never took a good... I don't think you can see them, actually. Yeah, I don't think you can see them. Never mind. I know there was one guild that got started up that was called the Horde or something. Somebody was doing that kind of thing. Are you a fan of old games? Oh, of the old games. Yeah, I played the old Kingdom Under Fire, the one for the original Xbox, but I never got the chance to play Circle of Doom or any of the ones that were on 360. But I wish I did, though. Let me see. Hold on. Let me change up our music. Okay, there we go. Start of the playlist. And it's been so long since I played the original that I barely remembered anything about it. But I wish I knew about the Xbox 360 ones. I would have loved them. Dang. I think I need secluded. I do. Let's go. Good for you. That was so bad. Oh, God. My subs never drop anything either. Oh, for the sub. Yeah. Yeah, subjugations are rough right now. What's going on? Ready, Freddy. I don't think I've seen what Kindle looks like yet. I know a lot of people talk about them, but I don't remember who that was in the old games. That was like Paladin, right? For Kindle. And then Rainier, yeah. I was actually trying to look on the old Kingdom Under Fire website because people were talking about how they might have or my guildies were talking about how they might have concept work about for the vampires and the witch, I believe. And I was trying to see which one was which, but since they don't have names for the things, I can't distinguish which one's which, and because they don't respond back to my love letters when I ask for a press kit, I can't. I don't know where the characters fit in really. I couldn't really do anything with that because I didn't want to guess and like start talking about it and be like, hey guys, this might be what the vampire looks like, or this might be Kendall, and then it turns out to be Rainier or Fred or like Johnny next door. Like, I don't know. So I couldn't really do anything with that. Kendall will also appear. Somebody was saying that something that might be cool is if they were planning on releasing the Paladin and the Vampire for an expansion kind of thing. Like if they wanted to go full out and like, let's say in the first 6 months or so, bring out an expansion and pump out the Paladin and Vampire at the same time. That sounds like it'd be pretty cool. And it does, I guess it does kind of fit if you want to go for like good versus evil kind of thing. Definitely fits. Oh yeah, this is the Lich ones, isn't it? The Lich map. It definitely is. Okay, I haven't done this one in quite a little bit. What mic are you using? It's just like a random performance mic, but it's also connected to I believe it's called a Behringer audio mixer. That's like I had to find a microphone that had I forgot what the cable itself is called. It's like it's not a USB, but it's AXL or something like that. I forgot what the exact name of it is, but it basically hooks into an audio mixer and allows you to kind of get that better sound effect. Because for me, USB mics, I've never had really good luck with them, and it took me years to find even this mic that actually worked for me. But I did actually have a really good time with certain Turtle Beaches. I think it was the wireless one that I used, but the thing was so fragile, it was like breaking after like a month, I think. Always be breaking. XLR, there we go, XLR cable. So it's an XLR mic, and it's just hooked into an audio mixer. It was much cheaper than the USB ones too. Like I think I paid for the microphone, it was like $60, and then the Behringer mixer was like $50. And most of the gaming mics and whatnot, you would probably pay like $179, $200 plus or so. I was actually gonna go for like one of the Rode Studio mics, I think it was, but when I was listening to it like in a video, like how before you set it up, how like much it picked up, and like how a lot of the feedback was that they pick up literally everything. I was like, that's not gonna work. Nope, can't do that. Especially because I wasn't really big on making filters and stuff like that, and like manually compressing the microphone. I pretty much just go with like a baseline thing and leave it at that. I just go with what works. So I didn't want to have to like tweak for 6 hours to get that microphone in a spot where I could tolerate it. Thanks so much, Sick. And I also did want to have to use Audacity for like literally everything I did. Would be a great marketing strategy. Total War Warhammer does it all the time. Yeah, it could definitely be a great marketing strategy. I mean, hell, some players were talking about, I definitely feel this too, but if they had showcased a little bit about the Dark Sorcerer, like whatever they're working on with it, even if it's concept art, even if it's them just showing how the process goes of them designing it, or like if they had gameplay footage of it kind of thing, that would also help just to kind of promote that. And you know, if people see that the game is trying to release a class like already this soon, that'd be really good for their marketing strategy. They wouldn't really need to worry about you know, trying to sponsor a bunch of people to bring them in game to cover the game, because a lot of those people might not ever pick the game up again if they don't really like it. But it would probably be more beneficial to just go simple, and yeah, doing stuff like live streams and stuff like that to answer questions, or like just to talk about community concerns, showcase upcoming content, that definitely goes a long way. And I was talking about this with Guildies yesterday, but like other games do it all the time. And they of course, they just released the game, so I wouldn't expect them to be able to do everything that other games do that have been out for years. But if they're planning on already releasing new classes and stuff like that, that stuff could go a long way for sure. A tease, basically. Yeah, exactly. Because they already were releasing a lot of trailers and stuff like that on their YouTube channel. So I mean, they could make even further use of that. Start building their marketing strategy on YouTube, and they could even do it on like making a Twitch channel, where like once a month or so they go in and they just discuss, you know, the changes and stuff like that if they want to, or like showcase events and stuff like that. Who knows? All that kind of stuff helps the game. They don't have to spend a crap ton of money. They could just go simple. And doing the simple methods usually does have the best results, it seems like, over time. Especially because, like, if you get somebody who's been playing, let's say if they play Call of Duty every day, and then you bring them into a game like this to cover the game one time, and then their audience looks at that game like, is this a mod for Call of Duty? Like, I don't know what the hell this is. I'm not gonna play this. Like, it's gonna be less effective than, even though the outreach is definitely to a more broad audience, but it might be less effective than slowly building up to that kind of thing. If they did that when it was like an expansion coming out, that would definitely make more sense. But doing it right off the bat and going ham like that with all these all the sponsorships and stuff like that, hopefully they're not burning through like all their money right away. Has always been a great responsive dev. I do think that, yeah, they definitely have made a smart move doing that. It's just that some people are worried, and I guess I can kind of be worried about it too, that they're not burning through like all their profits like right off the bat doing that, because the amount of money that it probably took to host the Castle event, and then on top of that all the people that are coming to cover it under sponsorships, is probably crazy. But that's all speculative, of course, too. They could be making way more of a profit than they're spending. I would hope so. But hopefully later on it's not a thing where, you know, they can do like little to no promotion because they've already expended, you know, all of the funds that were going to be used for that kind of thing. That's the only thing, because like for the longevity of the game's sake, it would be probably more beneficial to, if they're gonna do sponsorships, to showcase that kind of stuff alongside it. They've shown concept art for the Dark Sword. I saw that, but I didn't see it through any source that they officially released it through. I know we saw the concept art, and I even have the screenshot saved. But if I remember right, that was from an article, and I don't think that a lot of people would have seen that too. Hell, even those of us that actually talked about it and showcased it in videos and stuff like that, the majority of the populace is definitely not going to see that. I think that if they had it in an official source, then it probably would have better outreach. I do remember that concept art though. I think it was like around the time the event was going on. Game looks great, but it's mixed reviews on Steam. It is mostly positive right now. They went up, started going up pretty quickly after a lot of the streamers on Steam started showcasing the game. But also, most of the reviews on Steam were pretty much consisted of people that were worried about like pay to win, or like how Gameforge was as a publisher and stuff like that. But once that stuff started passing, then more and more positive reviews started showing up. So far, and you know, it could, you know, it's always a possibility for that kind of thing to happen when it comes to games going pay to win later down the line. But right now, they've definitely done a really good job at tailoring it to our market. And people are definitely starting to acknowledge that more now. So that's why the reviews are starting to go up as well. At the event, there was new art that was never shown before. Oh, okay, at the event. Gotcha. So, I mean, that too, because I don't know if they actually... made a video on that, because where I saw the dark sword concept art was from that article, but if they showed it at the event, because I remember you guys were saying that there was like an NDA on everything on the dark sword at the event, so if they wanted to, if I guess maybe they didn't intend to publicize the dark sword concept art then, because I don't remember them showing it on an official source, unless they put it on Facebook and I didn't see. But even then, what I'm saying though is, like, if they put it on, like, let's say if they made a video about it, it'd probably be better outreach in terms of how they advertise, as opposed to doing it at like the event and then us finding out about it through an article kind of thing. Because not a lot of people, I don't think, were able to stream that part, and even then, people coming into the game now are not going to know anything about it. Did we finish? Oh no, we're not. It is expensive looking for accounts for others to play. I mean, if you bought the... Oh, we got it. If you bought the $29.99 pack, you'd probably be okay. You don't have to upgrade past that, but if you wanted to, like, save up for that and then do that, you could probably do it. Or there might be people that are doing that kind of thing. I have no idea, but the $29.99, you should be okay with that. And then if you need to upgrade past a certain point, you should be able to upgrade on the Gameforge site, but I believe they said that Steam is having an issue right now where people aren't able to really do the upgrades through there right now. So that part might not work. Want a berserk beside your archer? Hell yeah. There you go. Berserker, I was actually going to start one, but I haven't had the chance to yet. Thanks for the party. Later, Gator. All right. Actually, are people doing cracked right now? Okay. Yeah, let me try that. I want to see how much money we get from level 1. Is this game worth the buy? Yeah, it's definitely, if for 30 bucks or for $29.99, I could say it's definitely feeling like it's worth it. You can get at least, I'd say about 50 or 70 hours of enjoyment out of it before you get to the end game. And then, right now the end game is in a little bit of a tough spot, but, everything that you do at end game is really fun. And even though it's right now, the loot system kind of needs to be touched up a little bit, I will say that, yeah, it's definitely worth the buy for sure. In terms of that $29.99 price, it's definitely worth the buy for sure. I thought I was at 1.8 mil for a second there. There we go. The reason I'm careful about talking about that right now too is that once you get to end game, you'll get to a point where it'll start to feel like a bit of a drag. That's when you've already done everything, because they don't have like a whole lot compared to, of course, games that have been out for years. So in terms of the end game, once you get there, it'll probably take you about maybe 7 or 8 days, and then you're done with the rest of it. But everything that you do between that time is probably going to be really fun. It's just once you get to that end game part and you start to feel that kind of drag feeling, I would say that might be the time to take a little bit of a break and wait until they do more updates, kind of thing. Thanks so much, Rowan. I appreciate it. But hoped it wouldn't be. Yeah. And in terms of that too, you won't have to worry about that too, because most of us are using the same amount of troops anyway right now. Most of us. Some people got really lucky and got, really good drops in raids or stuff like that. Or like at this very beginning, apparently I've heard that some people said that they got random troops that a lot of people did not get. Like, for instance, wait, what troops do I have? Okay, we're good. Some people may have actually gotten a steam engine from those boxes that you get at the very beginning. We heard that pretty early on, that one of the community members was talking about that. What's up, Sharp? Thank you so much for the follow. Make a new character. Yeah, you can definitely do that as well. Me personally, I don't really make new characters in games that much. I like to play on just one character, one or two. But for this game, I would make an exception if they had more classes available right now. What I'm doing right now is I'm basically just like saving up resources for new classes that come out, and then probably just going to move all those resources over to that class and then level that one up instead. But that is another option as well. That's why I say you could probably get about 50 or 70 hours out of the game, because not a lot of people really do that kind of thing when it comes to like getting the end game and making a new character. I don't think the majority of people will probably be up for that, but you know, when you really like the game, you probably would. If you want more characters, I think that you definitely will do it either way. Let me activate the fire on this. What's really cool too is when you right click some of these abilities, you can actually make them auto cast for your troops. Or actually, maybe we're not in the majority, and maybe the people that whoa, that's lag. Maybe people most of the time do make new characters right off the bat after they get in game, but who knows? Is this ever coming to PS4? Last time they spoke about it, they said that they didn't have any plans for console right now, but it could be, you know, coming to PS4 in the future. I would hope so, that they'll be able to get a console version out and then maybe allow us to get some crossplay going or something like that. Hopefully. It'd be really good for the game, but it'll all be up to them, of course, and when they want to do that. They're probably focusing on other updates right now, but at the moment, we're not sure when console release is going to be a thing. Ah. Hey, my combo didn't work on that guy. Next thing that's announced were 80 new troops and use 16-man raids. Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, Dark Sorcerer, it seemed like it might have been coming soon, but yeah, probably not. But wait, 80 new classes? I thought it was 40. Or sorry, 80 new troops. I thought it was 45 new troops that people were talking about. Would be a good break from Arcade Unchained. Yeah, if you're burnt out on like Arcade, for sure, this will definitely be a good time passer for you. Plus, in terms of you know, so far the content is pretty decent. You know, it's definitely one that you could, you know, burn time, have fun with, and depending on how the updates go for the future, it could potentially be one to even stick with too. Did we hold on? Most of the time, I never do these kinds of mechanics because I don't fully understand it. I know that once like the pillars are glowing, I've seen a couple people interact with them, but that one's not doing it. So, oh, there it is. Ah, this makes a lot of sense. Okay. Thanks so much, Joseph. I appreciate it. Because of the RTS part? Yeah, the strategy part is really, really cool. If you're a type of player, because I saw somebody in global chat ask this yesterday, if you like to use just the strategy view, Elementalist might be a really good class for that, because they can summon a pet and then basically watch it run wild. But if you like to mix and match it, if you want to go down into the third person view after you're done with the strategy view, you definitely can with any of the other characters too, and even the Elementalist. Oh, whoops, hold on. Go, go, go. A maximum of different available troops of 200. 200 available troops. So I wonder then, does that mean that, because, well, okay, so for this, do they mean, I wonder, the association list, like all this would go up to 200? Because like I originally was talking about how in the preview event and whatnot that they had, what was it, 120 in this list, but then somebody reached out to me and was like, no, that's actually not, it's not actually not 120. It's just that there's basically, like, what was it, 80, and then there's different qualities of them throughout the faction. So that makes me wonder, is that like 200 is going to be in this list and then 45 of them will get added, but they'll have different qualities, or 80 new troops are going to be added in all? Is what that makes me wonder. Best non-big unit to counter scorpions in PvP? Well, the best counters for Scorpion, a lot of us can't even get right now because a lot of people don't actually have the ability to get like the steam tanks and the bomber wings. Those will be the best for sure. Like the steam tanks, bomber wings, and the mortars, I would say, are really good against them. Mortars probably going to be the next best thing, and then in terms of like archers, no, I don't know about the shadow marksman. They do get a war beast bonus, but I don't know if that's enough to kill a scorpion. They seem kind of weak to me, to be honest with you, for the shadow marksman. Like I have them at 4-star, and I was going to go for the purple ones, but for killing a scorpion, I'd say you go with mortarman, or like if you manage to get a steam tank at some point, or like a bomber, then you got that 100% covered, way more than you do with the archers. If you want to get an archer, though, the elven ones would probably be the better ones to go for. Maybe the Rose Rain Bowman. I don't use the elven units, but I would trust the elven units way more than I would the dark elf ones. Or rifles. Yeah, rifles. Yeah. I would go rifles instead if you want to try to kill a Scorp. The purple ones you can get from the invasions, those will probably be more effective than the shadow marksman for sure, by a long shot.
Take the offensive. All troops.
I like the evil units better than... Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm actually trying to go for mostly orc and dark elfin units, but RNG gods are not blessing a lot of us right now, so it's kind of difficult. And then the orc units that we do have definitely need to be looked at in terms of balance, because a lot of the orc heavy infantry are pretty much useless. Like the brawlers, the armor worshippers, the fighters are so-so. I've had the best results from the fighters, but even then they die to toothpicks. Like all of them are really bad in comparison. The slaughterers is like the only infantry from the orcs that I can say that are really worth it. Other than that, like the serial arsonists are pretty nice right now, but like a lot of these are worthless. Even the ogre is just like, I dedicated that bastard. I didn't want it anymore. Like the ogre is a joke right now. It just gets smacked around, even by infantry. The only thing really about the ogre is that they can bypass units, but like in terms of balance, they're pretty bad. Most people just bring scorpions. Yeah, ogres are terrible right now. Yeah, I think that definitely needs to be looked at. And of course, like the orc infantry as a whole, like a lot of them are pretty useless. So we pretty much have to use different kinds of faction units right now. I usually go with like slaughterers, and now that I have the arsonists, I'll probably use those a lot. But I don't, and I'll level up my fighters still. Like they're still pretty decent to use, at least right now. But and the brawlers, like I got this because I dedicated a purple unit, and like their skills are just, they feel really useless compared to most of the others. Like the orc infantry feel pretty bad as a whole, but the brawlers I think are like one of the most useless units. Like what do? They apply weakened, so they reduce physical defense for 30 seconds of troops, and then they also that part is decent, but I don't know if that would actually be that high. And if it's not applying to boss units, then yeah, that's not really going to be used that much, I don't think. Unless you want to just save a little bit of time, maybe like shed 10 seconds off your mission completion or something. But other than that, long swords. Yeah, I'd say like long swords for infantry, definitely a really good one right now. Have they been receptive to feedback, balancing, etc.? Well, they've acknowledged it. What people were saying is that in Discord that Zero Chill, for instance, has said that people that put feedback in the channels has said that you know, they're good ideas, that they'll put them in. But in terms of like results, we haven't had any balancing patches yet, unless they've snuck one in or something. But we're still waiting on that kind of thing, and there's quite a few things we're waiting on, so I don't know how soon or how late we'll get those. But I would imagine they're definitely aware of them. I mean, we've even made like a full-on Reddit post talking about that kind of stuff too. So, and we linked it everywhere. But hopefully it brings some attention at the very least. If by some reason they are not aware of how bad those units are right now. But yeah, right now we're still waiting on that kind of stuff. Can you explain dedicating units? Yeah, so for dedicating units, it's not really that great to do right now, because basically what happens when you dedicate a unit, for instance, like let's say if I take a look at my my riflemen. So for purples and blues, it's different, but essentially as you rank up their stars, they basically, you know, get more stats and bonuses and things like that. But when you get a purple unit to rank 3 at the very least, you can dedicate it to the army to have a chance of getting a random purple unit. And you can also, like if you rank it to rank 4 and 5, it gives you different kinds of boxes that you can also get a random purple troop. But one thing that a lot of people aren't sure about right now is, let's say, because they're different tiers. When you get to purple rank 3, there's like, let's say purple box 1, random purple box 1. Then there's rank 4's purple box 2, and then rank 3 for number 5. So some people are wondering if you can only get certain troops from box 1 or box 2. Like, we don't know how that works, so we don't really know. But one thing is for sure, that if you do the same thing with the blue troop, you have to get a blue troop to 5 stars to be able to dedicate it. And I don't know what it is for gray. They might not even do that for gray, but I wouldn't even waste money trying to dedicate a gray. I would say go for blue troops if you're going to. But even then, the problem that arises is that, oh yeah, you do get like 15k for level 1s. Interesting. Team tanks are only in the level 3 box. See, that's, oh my god, that's what's so frustrating about not having the ability to communicate with them like that. Oh my god. Okay, well, you know what? Thank you, Adventure, because that's so eye-opening to a lot of different things. And that's what's also frustrating about not having this explained beforehand before we actually get in game. But I can understand, whatever. But okay, so Steam tanks are only available in 3, so that leads me to believe that some of the really good units that a lot of people were going for are probably in rank 2 and 3. And we've basically been wasting our troops trying to get the rank 1 box during that, and that makes me a little bit mad that I actually dedicated my Crusaders. Oh my god, I should have waited. I knew I should have waited. Okay. But so for blue troops, the main problem right now is that you can actually get duplicates of troops. So what can happen, case in point, somebody has actually dedicated the Purple Crusaders and got a rank 1 Purple Crusader. So they dedicated a 3 and got a rank 1. So that's one of the issues right now with dedicating troops. I would advise it, knowing that now, don't even do that. Just don't even dedicate any troops right now. I would wait until they do something to it, or if they don't do something to it, don't even waste the money. Just wait till you get purple troops and do it that way. Because if we're only able to get you know, certain troops from rank 5, if we dedicate a troop and get that rank 3 box, that's so much money to spend right there. And then on top of that, a lot of RNG and the fact that you can get a duplicate troop. I would say just wait until they get better methods for farming gold, because you're going to be broke before you know it trying to do something like that. Crusaders are tier 2 purple and in box level 2, but you should only sacrifice. Well, that's interesting then, because yeah, somebody said that they have gotten a purple Crusader from dedicating the Crusaders. But they could have been they could have had it at 4. They could have had it for all we know. I have no idea. But they did say that they dedicated the purple Crusader and they got a Crusader in turn. Yeah, I would. You know what? Knowing that now, though, from what Avit's saying, I would 100% advising against dedicating any troops. Knowing that now, hell no. I'm 100% not dedicating any troop until I see in a patch note that they've changed that a little bit, if they ever do. Knowing that now, that is interesting. Then they had 4-star Crusaders. Yeah, they could have. Yeah, because they said that they dedicated their... that sucks, though, if that's the case then. But, yeah, the fact that you can get duplicates, like with blue troops, for instance, you could dedicate, like, a 5-star blue and then get that very same troop, or get, you know, a troop that you definitely don't want. I think in that regard, a solution would be if you already have unlocked a troop, like let's say in here, how I've dedicated my Crusader, but it still shows up. If you've already unlocked it, maybe you shouldn't be able to get it again, kind of thing. Maybe that would kind of alleviate that a bit, but I don't know if they do that. How do you like Kingdom Under Fire 2? Overall, it's pretty fun. The game itself has some pretty decent content. The end game, what you do during the end game is pretty enjoyable. You can actually, you know, have a lot of fun with it. I'd say you get about 50 to 70 hours plus out of it. And the raids that are in the game are actually pretty sweet. They're pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing, like right off the bat. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Hold on. Time to go. Oh, we're blocked out, aren't we? I was just following him. Damn it. Oh, we screwed up. Okay, we just got to watch what they're doing. Gameforge has became publisher in July and got Blueside to convert the game from pay to win and buy to play in just 4 months. So I think this is a good sign for future changes. Yeah, hopefully it does kind of speak towards the future. I would say that right now they've definitely done a good job in terms of like changing the payment method from the previous version over to this new version for our region. But of course, in terms of like balancing and updates and everything like that, it definitely seems like it's got a little bit ways to go. If you dedicate a tier 1 blue, you always get a tier 2 blue. Well, that's not a thing though, because you can't dedicate a tier 1 and get a, you can't, oh, hold on. Heal the mercs. We got to heal the mercs. We're going to fail. But you can't actually dedicate a tier 1 anything blue and get a blue, because you can only dedicate a blue and get a blue. I wish I could open the menu right now, but you can only dedicate a 5-star blue and have a chance of getting a 1-star, or not. Maybe you can get a 2-star or 3-star possibly, but you 100% can only dedicate a 5-star blue. Just never dedicate a tier 2 blue, only tier 1s. Wait, what do you mean? What? Oh, wait, hold on. They're not going to let us out, are they? Ah, yeah, we're stuck. You guys got this. I believe in you. We shouldn't have went this way. Ah, damn. Well, you know what? Since me and Sparrow are just right here, we can just focus on healing the troops. Wait a minute. So you're saying that there is, just like the purple troops, like you were saying, there's like, no. I think I get it. So there's like an unspoken tier list. Like let's say I'm looking at longswords. So like they could be in tier 1, and you're saying steam tanks could be in tier 3, even if they're a blue. So there's like an unspoken tier list that you're talking about in this game. Do you think the developers are good? I think the developers overall, they seem dedicated to the game itself. And from what we've seen from like previous Kingdom Under Fire games, they can make good games. They can definitely make good Kingdom Under Fire games. I would say that, yeah, overall, I think that they are pretty good. I just want to see like how the future kind of pans out before. Oh, thank you. Oh, phew. Okay, let's go. Before we'll know for sure. But one thing's for sure, this is probably going to be their flagship game, because they haven't really put out any other games besides Kingdom Under Fire. So, or probably, I think Phantagram's the only one that's actually branched off and made any other games besides working on Kingdom Under Fire. But I could be wrong. Maybe Blueside has one too. Blue are tier 2, but the purple ones are tier 1. This game is more PvE or PvP oriented. Right now, it's more PvE oriented. There is PvP in the game, but right now we don't have the ability to solo queue for 3v3s, for instance. So you don't actually see a lot of activity in the PvP. We were doing like custom matches, which is really cool, where you can like basically get 8 people on each side and do the Stonehall Siege, since that's going to be what we're using for Territory War when that's available. There will be a lot of PvP in the game. It's just that they have to give us the ability to solo queue. And apparently people were saying that they had it in previous versions, but they took it out for some reason. Right now you can only do 3v3s if you have like a pre-made, and then you're going up against another pre-made. But that's why there's not a lot of activity in 3v3s right now. And people are only doing 1v1s. So there's 1v1s, 3v3s, and 8v8s. The Field of Blockade is one of the 8v8s. And the Stonehall Siege is the other 8v8. Both of those are custom matches, though, only. So you can't actually queue up for the 8v8s and get rewards right now. So we'll have to wait until they put all that stuff in. But right now you kind of get some PvP out of the game. But most of the time, right now, everybody's doing the PvE. How do you check the tier? There's a Korean tier list. I'd love to know where to find that, too, because... another question: how do we know that that's still a thing? Did they tell you that that is still a thing as well? but that makes me think it might just be player-made tier list for their usability. Did they confirm to you, Adventure, that that was still a thing? So they didn't change the tiers. Okay. So basically, there is a invisible tier list for these units, and you said that purple team tank is... Wait, hold on. You said team tank is tier 1, or the purple... Oh, the rose archers. So blue ones are tier 2, and the purple one is tier 1. Yeah, I would say to be safe, nobody, if you're thinking of dedicating troops, just don't do it right now. From the sounds of that, that's interesting, very interesting. Wow, okay. Yeah, very smart for the developers to work on PvE and then focus out the PvP. Well, the only thing with that is a lot of players actually came into this game thinking that there would be a lot of PvP, and this is also on our a little bit of our fault too, because I'd imagine that most of us assumed that we would be getting a lot of PvP. Me personally, looking at the trailers and everything like that, and like the battlefields and whatnot, I felt like coming into this we would get more PvP than we are. It's you know. It's not bad that they are doing it that way, for sure. I just think if they allow us to solo queue for 3v3s, like if they put that in the next patch, that would help a lot, because right now, a lot of people are kind of getting drawn away from the game that get to that end game portion that are, not a lot of people, but probably just a few that actually care about it. But the people that really just wanted a PvP are not really able to right now, that well, at least, aside from the 1v1s. Yeah, like half your player base is if like half your player base is focused on PvP, and you know we like the game itself feels like it was advertised for the big battles and whatnot. We're not really getting that a lot right now, aside from those custom matches, which you don't get rewards for. So I think that definitely needs to be looked at, though. Like, you know, some point soon. The population's rising, but you know, there comes a time where when players start leaving, it's very hard to get players to come back, especially if they're coming for a specific aspect. Stream crash? Uh-oh. Hope not. I was going to ask a question. But yeah, right now, though, Mr. Bois, overall, in terms of like the PvP, you could still get PvP out of the game. If you're in a guild, you know, like the guild that I'm in, we're doing these PvP events every week to kind of get, you know, at least some kind of enjoyment out of the PvP, because the PvP is really fun. They just have to make it more easily accessible for the local population, because not everybody's going to be in a guild, and probably some people are going to want to solo queue. Like, you know, for other games that provide PvP, some people might just like to jump in and, you know, go at it kind of thing. Which class do you think is better in PvP with troops? Ranger, Spell Sword, or Berserker? With troops, probably Ranger, or Spell Sword. I would say that Berserker, if you're talking about like which one's going to excel more in PvP, if we're talking group-based, probably both of those two, because so the way that the 1v1s, for instance, Berserker is probably going to have the toughest time out of all three of those, but the way that the 3v3s and the 8v8 works, the 3v3s is basically where you get 3 people and you get troops that you can bring with you into the battle, and you're actually trying to fight for the object in the center, so that everybody can try to kill everybody else. Like, the one team can kill the other team and try to capture that thing in the center, but you have to interact with it for a little bit of time. So it might take, like, you know, 20 seconds to interact with that thing, maybe 10 seconds. I don't remember how much it took, but you have to interact with that thing to win. So in that scenario, a Berserker would be good in a situation where they're trying to hold that thing to distract them from trying to capture it. But in terms of in terms of actually, you know, killing the other team, the Berserker, I would say, might have a little bit of a harder time there. So that, yeah, take that how you will. But the Berserker does have a lot of AoE, and the 3v3s is probably going to be more close quarters because it's not as big of a map. So Berserker probably have an easier time in that. It's really what you enjoy, though. Like, what you enjoy playing is the most important, because you can make any class work in any situation. It just depends on, you know, which mode you're doing. Like, if it's a 1v1, then you might have a harder time. Berserkers are probably going to do better in 3v3s and 8v8s. And the way the 8v8 works is that one team is defending a keep, the other team is attacking it. And Berserkers would probably be really good in an 8v8 scenario, because you have to fight your way in. You have to blow down the gates or ram the gates down, fight your way into their inner palisade, where they also have a similar object, a crystal, but you have to attack it. So a Berserker would probably be really good at reducing damage so that they can stay on that crystal or draw other people's aggro, draw their attention away from their teammates. So, what I'll say, though, even though I said Ranger or Spell Sword, you could still be very useful as a Berserker kind of thing if you do it like that. Picked Elementalist. I'm doomed in PvP. No, Elementalists are really good. The reason I say Spell Sword is because there are Spell Swords that can definitely wipe the floor with people. Like, they have some really good combos. I've seen some really good Spell Swords. Like Jazz, there's a person named Jazz Ashi. I don't know if I'm saying the name right, but that person's a good testament to how good Spell Swords can be. I don't think that it's the weakest. I just think it's the least known. Like, a lot of people don't know how to play it right now. Because if you get a good Spell Sword with their AoE capabilities and combos in PvP situations, I think you can actually be really good with them. Ouch, thanks so much. I appreciate it. No world PvP. There's no world PvP except for a specific zone called the Forgotten Wilderness. That is an open world PvP zone, but a lot of people don't go into it because it's got daily quests you can do, but they're not, at least so far, they're not very rewarding. They reward you with gear that you can pretty much get by the time you reach end game and do a couple raids or invasions, or craft yourself, because most people tend to just craft their own gear. So yeah, I'd say that not a lot of people are really doing that one right now, but that kind of goes into one of our suggestions, is that if they made it to where you could earn gold easier from grinding, or if they put in items like trash items you could get from open world farming, people would be more inclined to go to places like that. But yeah, right now you're not going to see a lot of world PvP going on at all. Got me locked until I was dead. Like, yeah, if you have a good Spell Sword, I think you can definitely wipe the floor with a lot of people. Like, there's it's just that not a lot of people will be good with the Spell Sword right now. It's kind of like that, how some games, when they start off, a lot of players may not, know how to play. So something that, might not be good at that specific point in time might end up being really good later. Like, a case in point, the clearest example I can think of right now, like if we talk about like World of Warcraft, for instance, how the Warriors used to be like in vanilla WoW, when people didn't really know what they were doing, didn't play them a lot. But then after people actually started figuring out the combos and whatnot, how to play them, then they started to become much more powerful. People started realizing they were more powerful than they let on. Yeah, it's like one of the hardest to play, because yeah, the capabilities that they have with their combos are really fast. I think you can definitely keep someone locked down in a 3v3 or 8v8 scenario. I think they can still be really good. I wish there was solo queue for PvP. I definitely think that there does need to be solo queue for 3v3s, and then when they do get the 8v8s in the actual queue system, we should be able to solo queue for that, because otherwise we're not going to get a lot of PvP activity, which means a big factor of the game is like not being utilized. That could be, because like adding a solo queue, that doesn't sound as crazy as like adding a full-on class or something like that. I'd imagine that coding wise that would hopefully not be that complex comparatively, but yeah, hopefully it's great that they are focusing on PvE, but hopefully they don't forget about PvP as well, because like they said, that could potentially be half the player base we're talking about there. No mention of lifting the gear gender bind. Nothing like that, no. In terms of the gender lock, From what the community members were saying, I saw some people on the Discord saying that it might be lore based, why the gender lock is a thing, but also, of course, it might be easier to, you know, deal with classes that are gender locked rather than designing the animations for those other genders. But so far, though, no, we don't have anything on that, the ungender locking kind of thing. We don't have anything like that. Yeah, gender lock is lore based. That's what some people were mentioning. Is this game solo friendly? You can have, so in terms of like what you do solo, up until end game, you can solo just fine. If you don't like to join pugs though, if you don't like to join pug groups, then you might have a tougher time because everything that you do at end game, most of it is group based. So in terms of like 1v1s, of course, if you like the PvP, that's something you can do by yourself. But if you're talking about doing invasions and raids, you actually literally need to have a group to do those. Like you have to be in a group to even queue for those kind of things, the raids especially. So yeah, I'd say that it's not entirely solo friendly in the sense that you can't actually get to end game and then do everything yourself from that point onward. But if you don't want to join guilds and you're okay with pugging, then you're fine. It's just that aspect you'll definitely have to be aware of. There's something like World PvP coming with guild territory fights, but that's not coming soon, I assume. Yeah, I would assume not. Dang Adventure, wait, can we get in contact with your CM? God, what are they telling you guys over there? Because if all this stuff is, if like they haven't changed the tier list and everything like that, we had no idea. I would imagine like people that actually were in contact with certain CMs and whatnot behind closed doors probably already knew that, but I can't even begin to explain how useful it would have been to know that from the very beginning, like how that worked. And I'm a little tilted that we didn't know that because of all the units and money that was wasted in regards to that. But how do we get in contact with that magical man though to ask some questions? Seriously. How is optimization in the game? Optimization wise, it does run pretty well. Most of the time in like these kinds of missions, I'm running at about 130 frames, 115. In cities, it's definitely gotten a lot better. I used to be at like 60 in cities. Usually I'm at like 70 or 80 now. But oh, I don't take care of my troops like at all. Sorry, troops. This is a crack mission, so screw it. Who cares? But I would say, yeah, overall the optimization is pretty good. In open world sense, you're probably going to get like 80 or so. In cities, probably 60 to 80. Of course, depends on your rig. I'm using i7-8700K processor and 2060 graphics card with a I put this game on my SSD finally. I should have did that from the beginning, but yeah, take that for what you will, though. Get out of here. You guys deserve to live. I'm so sorry. There's 3 CMs for you guys? What the hell? All right. Well, clearly we have to... I don't even know who our CMs are. You guys are just like in the main Discord, right? Or is there like a different Discord you guys get access to as well? Like, oh, yeah. You know what? Actually, I wouldn't be surprised. So there's probably like a Discord that was started for previous games for you guys that you have contact with, probably developers and CMs, and because I know they did that for like my.com and whatnot. Rice, thanks so much. I appreciate it. But I hope they will implement matchmaking queue to join random PvE stuffs. If I go to one dungeon and queue there now, no clue if I have to wait a minute or 30. Yeah, I could definitely see. Well, the bulletin board does help a lot. If you press N and open up the bulletin board, most people usually use that. I use it a lot myself too. But I definitely get what you mean there. I think that if you're like party matching, it's probably going to be a lot longer than if you just look through the bulletin board or start your own party through the bulletin board. Probably be the easier way to go. Of course, it's easier to get GMs for Germany. It makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. It's just, well, if they're planning on going for NA and EU, I would imagine that, you know, having decent contact with NA as well would probably be pretty good, but I know that's always wishful thinking. You never know what to expect, but still. I would imagine that, you know, having at least one or... I don't know. I literally don't know who our contacts are for NA and even EU. Any of our contacts. Official Gameforge Discord that they use for all their games favorites. I see. Okay, so that makes more sense then. So that explains why we're not really getting that much information. It basically is just because we don't, you know, we weren't here. I didn't even know how to say that. We just don't have that contact, don't have that connection, kind of thing. I wouldn't say that. It's just that, you know, if they're a German company that they want to, you know, give the information to their creators first, then it's whatever. I'm sure there's other people that already have contacts at Gameforge, just that not everybody does. The only thing that frustrates me though is that those are like fundamental game mechanics that probably should have been gone over at some point, or you know, that's the kind of stuff that would definitely set people that are competitive back if they didn't know the right people, kind of thing. So that's the part that would kind of make me a little frustrated, that because if there's an actual like unspoken tier list for all these units and dedicating like a 5-star blue, like if I dedicated my ogre the other day and he was a tier 1 and I didn't know it, then yeah, that would make me mad a little bit for sure. It's only natural. Of course, that's definitely frustrating. And then also the boxes make sense though, like dedicating the purple troops and getting those. Like dedicating a rank 3 purple troop only gives you a tier 1. If that's the case, that definitely makes sense, and that explains why there's 3 different boxes with 3 different names as opposed to just one box kind of thing. That definitely explains it. Like one box and then higher other types of rewards for the other stars if you dedicate those. Let's go. For the Korean list, or can you get that somehow? I would actually love to ask about that too, or if it's on the Blueside website, the old one that they had, because that's some pretty crucial information. I think everybody really deserves to know that for the most part. Like everybody definitely deserves to know that. So if there's like any way to get like a list that we can like Google Translate that crap and find out which troops are in what tier, everybody needs to know that. Everybody. That is some very crucial information. Let's go, Helena. Let's do this. Also, no problem, Skin. Like, I totally get, you know, giving that out to specific people to, you know, help them get ahead and whatnot so that, you know, whatever, but everybody needs to know that immediately, like as soon as possible. Good then. Like I will legit Google Translate that crap and like call out a few hours of work today, because that's something everybody needs to know. 960 gear score. Yeah, 960 is currently the max. Knowing that from the get-go would have saved a lot, and I do mean a lot of money for a lot of people and a lot of hassle for sure.
All troops. Follow me.
Blue, blue, red, red, maybe. What does everyone need to know? So Adventure says that there is a tier list for each individual unit. So basically, there's 3 tiers. So if you ever noticed how if you go into dedicating troops, that menu, if you dedicate a 5-star blue, then you have a chance of course, getting a random blue. But if you look at the purple menu, if you dedicate a rank 3, there is a box that you can get for a random purple troop. However, it says, I think it's just 1, it's box 1 or something like that. Then if you go to the 4-star, there's a different box that says purple box 2 or something of that nature. I don't remember exactly. And then rank 5, if you dedicate that has a 3. So Adventure saying is that there are different tiers for different units, so that if you dedicated a 5-star purple unit, then you'd have a chance of getting the steam tanks, for instance. And if that's the case, that means that there are other troops that you can only get out of certain tiers. I don't really want everybody to know that. If everyone knew that, I wouldn't be one of the strongest players in EU right now. Okay, yeah, and see, let me, I totally get that. Fair play, for sure. And then let me continue on that. So, in terms of the blue troops, so how you can only get one box, like there's only one box for dedicating a 5-star blue. But each troop has their own individual tier, is what Adventure's saying. So, if you dedicate a wizard, that might be a different tier than if you dedicate a blue heavy cav. And the reason that is frustrating is because a lot of us have probably dedicated our Crusaders at rank 3, and a lot of us have probably dedicated our random blue units expecting to have a chance to get maybe the Storm Riders, maybe the Steam Tanks. And now knowing that there's a tier list that is actually a thing, we definitely need to know that. And I totally get that, you know, becoming like one of the strongest players quickly, that's completely fine. But a lot of us have been suffering in RNG hell for these past few days because we really want to play the game. And I don't like playing, you know, I like to stick to one game when I play an MMO. I like to just, you know, play that one. It's sometimes it's unhealthy to do because, you know, when you're waiting for updates and stuff like that, it's a little bit harder to manage. But knowing that though would have helped a lot, because then I would not have dedicated that ogre or that armor worshiper. Guaranteed. I would have waited until we knew that for sure. So that's something that we need to know. That's what everybody needs to know. What exactly the hell that is, if that's true, and also which units are in which troops. That's 100% something everybody should know. You guys don't know which are the tier 1 blues. Yeah, exactly. That's something that everybody 100% needs to know. But I'm guessing we're probably not going to get that info anytime soon. So that's why I'd advise not dedicating any troops at all right now. Just until you know. Unless if you got somebody that has a contact and you know, maybe they sent you a little list on the side that was under NDA because they don't want everybody to know that for some reason. Don't dedicate your troops. I'm not going to do it at all right now. Guaranteed. Hell no. Come on, Serial. Took a lot of PvP to get these too. Oh, wait, they have red mohawks? I didn't even notice. That's really cool. I like that. What do you mean by dedicating troops? Oh, so you can basically go to the barracks manager in the cities, and you can... what dedicating troops is basically where if you have, let's say, let me look at my troops. So I have a 4-star slaughterer. So my 4-star slaughterer, I can go to the barracks manager and dedicate it, sacrifice it, essentially. And it gives you rewards. So if you dedicate a 5-star blue, then you get a box that gives you a chance of getting a random... It says 1 star, but some people have said that... wait, hold on, let me make sure I get this right. It was either dedicating, or it was the boxes that they got right at the start. But some people said that there might be a hidden translation error in there, and definitely don't quote me on this one, because there at this point, who knows what's real and what's not real with this troop system. But they said that if you dedicate, or it's either dedicating or by those boxes that you get from the pre-order, or not the pre-order, but the packages, that you can get not a 1-star but actually a 2-star as well. So. They said that they got purple archers. Actually, let me, I had it in Discord. Let me pull up that message. Marth told me. Where is it? Did it on an alt, got 2 stars. Okay. Yeah, he donated a 3-star. He donated his Crusaders, and he got the 2-star Rose Rain Bowman. That's what happened. That's what he did. So he dedicated them. So it seems like there could be a hidden translation error there, and he sent me a picture too. But like focusing on them to rank them up. Yeah, essentially that. Sending them away. Exactly. So I haven't tried it myself because I haven't got another purple troop to rank 3, but we'll have to see what happens there. And hold on. Okay, there you go. All right, but yeah, if there is any kind of troop list like that, we definitely need to find it, and soon, definitely soon. I think the biggest problem though is that a lot of the stuff was not gone over before the game came out, so it could very well be like that, or could very well be a different way entirely. We don't know, but the problem is that we don't know. So, but hopefully they'll do a better job of communicating that in the future, though, however it works. Come on, Sparrow, let's go. Wait, hold on. What's level's my arsonist? They're getting so close to where I need them to be. Realistically, have you hit any endgame content you can't beat at your current troop and gear level, or are you min-maxing only at this point? Nah, you once you get to endgame, you basically can take down most of this stuff. It's just that right when you get to endgame, though, it'll be really hard for you unless you're with the group that knows exactly what they're doing. But no, we've basically beat everything that we've come across so far. So far, it's been okay. KDD, what's up? Oh, kid. I think I remember Kendall. Gotta include the 2 L's there. Let's go. How was the game, bro? We really want to try this. It's pretty fun. So far, the content itself has been pretty enjoyable. Up to endgame, it's definitely goes a little bit slow with the MMO aspect. Not a lot of people have been enjoying that part, but once you actually get to the end game, that's when the fun begins for the most part. And then you can do like the invasions, the raids. You can do some PvP right now, but I definitely feel like the solo queuing needs to be added for sure. But absolutely, it's definitely got at least 50 to 70 hours of enjoyment. Once you get to the point where you've done everything, that's when you kind of run into a standstill. But they should hopefully be putting some new updates in the game soon. Hopefully. Has the game felt difficult for you, or just hack and slash do everything? So in terms of the game's difficulty factor, the only time that it really felt difficult was during the raids. So the raids, when we first did them, they did have that difficulty factor with them. They actually did have mechanics that we had to learn right off the bat, and it wasn't exactly clear at all right from the get-go. So it was very interesting to see how different kinds of strategies you can incorporate would be successful against the raid mechanics. And also the invasions were the same way. So I would say that the difficulty factor is there. It's just that it's not incredibly hard to figure out, but the 16-man raids in previous versions, that's where the real difficulty factor came in, where people weren't able to complete certain content for like months at a time, is what people were saying. Are crafted items better than dropped? So the way that it works is that for crafted items, they are usually better to go with right off the bat, because you can raise your gear score up to 960 really quickly if you get a bunch of dark stones and craft your gear. However, there's different sets of in-game gear. So there's ones that are called, like for my class, there's lethal, there's keen, and then there's the crafted ones. They each give different set bonuses. And one thing to consider, like for me, the keen one gives physical accuracy and defense penetration, but the lethal one gives a lot of crit. So it really just depends on how you build your character, because it could be for like berserkers, for instance, their crafted set could be pure defense like mine is. So the set bonus that I get for mine, it focuses more on agility and max HP, max SP. So for berserkers, that might be really good. But for my class, I feel like I should go for more lethal and keen. Like a mix between the two is probably what I'm going to go for. So I would get like maybe the 3-set bonus from the keen and then go for the 4-set bonus for the lethal to get all that crit. And that would probably benefit me more than the agility, even though I like having the agility. So at the beginning, yeah, crafted go for sure. Go for the Moonstone crafted gear to get your gear score up. And then as soon as you're able to, go for the Darkstone one. And then after that, you can start farming the dropped gear sets if you need them. You have to look at the gear sets first, though, and then do it that way. Do I start my second character now, or do I sacrifice the time and do some translating on the tier list? Up to you. I mean, it sounds like if there is a tier list and if this is actually still a thing for these tiers, then I would imagine that you guys might not give us any information like right off the bat anyway. So that's up to you. But if you guys do though, and if this is actually a thing, then that's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. Would you recommend to buy this game? Yeah, I'd say for like if you want to start off at like the $29.99, you could probably have some fun with it for sure. You could get at least 50 to 70 hours plus of content out of it. I think yeah, you could definitely have some fun with it for sure. But once you get to that standstill, you would probably want to take a little bit of a break from it until new updates come out. Unless by the time you get to that point, they've already got new updates. Just pace yourself in the game and you'll be okay. But if you're looking for a new MMO to play, or you like the aspect of strategy mixed with action-based RPG, then I think, yeah, you could definitely enjoy this one. First 10 levels were all already... Yeah, the leveling experience from like 1 to 30, a lot of people have definitely given feedback on that it's not fully enjoyable right now. But if you're able to get past that, once you get to level 30, that's when the real enjoyment begins for the game. Okay. No problem. Oh, whoops. That was my bad. What? Psh, Kendall, please. You think you killed me twice in that 5v5 custom battle? Please. It was twice or 3 times at most. And I paid it back. Come on. Get out of here. Like so many times. He got some good kills on me during that time, though. He did. I enjoyed all the RTS portions of the leveling experience, the MMO parts of meh. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I don't think we're focusing any jugs right now, so I'm just going to keep on. Yeah, I'll just keep killing these. Mick Leo, thank you so much. I appreciate it. The Odd. Love the name. Is this a good game to get into for PvP focused people? All right, right now, I would say don't get into it expecting a lot of PvP right now, mainly because we don't have a way to solo queue for 1v or for 3v3s. 3v3 if I can't access the icon right now, but right now there's 1v1s and 3v3s in the game, aside from the custom matches. And the custom battles, that happens usually in between guilds. Like they'll have their own custom battles that like we're doing right now as well. But the 3v3s you can't actually solo queue for, so they're not seeing a lot of activity right now unless you have a pre-made. And even then, your queue's probably going to take a little bit of time to go through because there won't be a lot of people queuing up for it right there. So if you want to do like 1v1s and just duel, you can, but it's not equalized fully. So if you run into somebody who has like max level gear, it might be a little bit harder to work with right now than if if you were able to solo queue for the 3v3s and then do it that way. I would say if you are solely focusing on PvP, you could definitely, you know, get your character leveled up and everything. But just, you probably want to wait until they fix up the PvP a little bit before jumping into that a little bit more, because the 1v1s probably won't be that enjoyable unless you're at everybody else's level in terms of gear and whatnot. But I really hope that they do add solo queuing into the game. That's definitely something that feels like it's needed. No problem, absolutely. And we're still waiting on some updates. Some people were saying that 26th is tomorrow is when they're planning on putting out an update. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. We'll see. It could be a little bit longer than that. It could be, you know, it could be a week, could be a month. We don't know. Nobody knows right now, except maybe a few people might know. Yeah. Also, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Ow. I should really heal my slaughters before they die. I'm surprised they're not already dead. Give that man a raise. I tend to not care about my units as much when it comes to like the actual crack missions. Mainly because I just go around slicing stuff up. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Ooh, right at the last second too. That's funny. Dang, he got me. Oh, I'm alive. Cool. Imperial Arsonist leveled up. Sweet. This is also a really good way to level up your troops too if you're looking to do that. Looks like I can do one more level 3 mission. Oh wait, no I can't. We're capped. All right, there we go. Thanks guys. All right. Well, I will just cross my fingers and hope for that update tomorrow. And I'm going to definitely go digging for that tier list adventure. You bet your butt I will go digging for that. If that's an actual thing, well, then we've got some translation to do for sure. We will Google Translate the crap out of that, mark my words. And if that like, I don't understand why that wasn't actually mentioned beforehand, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, folks, I got to get going because I got work in like literally 29 minutes, but I'm going to continue digging for that kind of information. I'll see you guys later, though. Thanks so much for joining. I will see you next time. Later. Bye, guys.